tax credits. Call the Comfort People at HomeComfortAlliance.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next-day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
A blown left headlight is making Erica's drive to her son's soccer game darker and darker. So she goes to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
Where a friendly AutoZoner finds her 2 new bulbs.
These lights have the most clarity.
And helps her get back on the road so she can brighten her drive and the cheering section.
All right, all right.
See clearer and drive safer with new lights. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Seattle Sports has your chance to win 4 tickets to the Seahawks game, Sunday, November 9th. Head to the Seattle Sports app, click the Win tab in the bottom right corner, and enter to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter through the Seattle Sports app, the better your odds. Do it every day, October 28th through November 3rd. Details and rules at seattlesports.com/win. From the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
Want more Seahawks content? Join me, G. Scott, on The Reset. New episodes of the podcast every Monday and Thursday on YouTube or on the Seattle Sports app.
Hey, it's Tim Hunter, former Seattle radio goofball here with 2 words that aren't funny. Prostate cancer. Get your annual checkup. Keep an eye on that PSA number. And if you hear those 2 words like I did, talk to the folks at Swedish Cyberknife. 5 treatments, minimally invasive and technologically advanced over the other options. If you're a friend, and I consider you one, I'd highly recommend Swedish Cyberknife. We are so lucky to have them right here in town. Do your research, but definitely visit swedish.org/cyberknife prostate.
Matt Coker here with West Coast Men's Health. In the past 5 years, we've seen thousands of men at our clinics. Most guys tell us the same story, that in their early 50s, it's not that they couldn't function, they just needed help. They started taking Viagra, and it worked great at first. But after a few years, it stopped working. The problem is that their arteries had become more restricted since they started taking it, because Viagra does not unclog arteries. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we use acoustic wave therapy to target the real problem. We break down plaque and clear up the arteries so blood can flow like it did in your 20s. This restores function. And guys, listen to this. You won't have to take a pill anymore. So if this sounds like you, give West Coast Men's Health a call today and see how we can help.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for honest pricing, expert service, and guaranteed repairs. This dedication has earned them a Carfax Preferred designation. At Bucky's, every customer gets detailed Carfax updates, timely service reminders, and a full service history, all at your fingertips. With 16 family-owned locations, no appointment needed, and easy financing, Bucky's makes auto care simple. Visit Bucky's.com today and drive with confidence. Bucky's.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
A very busy sports weekend, and you could be forgiven for kind of overlooking some NFL trade deadline news, especially without specific moves made. But how about this rumor first from Jay Glazer?
Going to this trade deadline, it's one team we're talking about the West here may surprise you, Seattle Seahawks. They are very aggressive right now for several different positions. The Bears, the Niners, the Cowboys, they're being aggressive as well. I don't think you're going to see any big names, but the Eagles, too, they're being aggressive.
So the Eagles, too, are being aggressive, but importantly, Seahawks going to be very aggressive. I did not think this would be the case, Bump, because for weeks now, specifically over the last week, we've been just expecting, I don't think the Seahawks make a move. Maybe they don't make a move at all. They don't seem to be keen on moving on from Rick Rowland. There was a report, God, Curtis, you're remembering who had the report about them with Reek's being part of the long-term plans?
Mike Garafolo.
Thank you. Mike Garafolo said, look, Reek's part of the long-term plans. They don't seem like they're going to, make many moves. And then here's Jake Glazer of Fox Sports saying, I don't know, they could be pretty busy here.
Here's what changes things. Joe goes down with a concussion. I'm sure he'll be fine, right? Concussion maybe a week or two, depending on how severe it is. I've seen guys be out longer. You got Ernest Jones, who goes out with a apparent knee injury. Mike Macdonald says it doesn't seem serious. You have Jay Love, who's now on IR. You have Saubert, who's on IR as well. You have issues with the offensive line at a certain position. I could see them going out and addressing any one of those positions. Any one of those positions. But me personally, I've been screaming linebacker, linebacker, linebacker. I love Drake Thomas. I like what he does. I think Tyrese Knight stepped in and had himself a good game last night, but you still need depth at that position. We've talked about it over the past few weeks at offensive line. Guys don't really get moved that much. We'll see what happens there. So, I could see them being aggressive, but what does that mean? Like, you went out after a superstar, or you going after just a couple pieces?
I mean, at this point, I think adding anyone would be more aggressive than I anticipated the Seahawks would be. Yeah. I thought that they wouldn't do anything.
I thought they would do something, would do like just a depth type of piece.
Where it's like this far away from claiming someone off a waiver wire.
Yeah, it's like a guy that you, no disrespect to those guys, because I was that guy that you got to Google. You got to research him. Say, okay, who is this guy? Where is he from? Let's get to know him a little bit. And those guys make up the bulk of football teams anyway. So that's the type of move that I was anticipating, just a move that's kind of low-key under the radar. You don't really know him, but they like him, and he'll get worked in somehow.
I think that if they end up adding someone who can start, that's far more aggressive than most people would probably expect them being. Maybe they end up doing that because of players that they've had to place on IR. So John Schneider, pregame with Steve Rabel, said that Julian Love was placed on IR because they want him back at the end of the year. They want to be able to make that run with him. So clearly their eyes are still set on Julian Love coming back, and they did that like half because he needed to and half out of precaution, like an abundance of we're just going to make sure he's totally great. Ernest Jones, we did not hear Mike Macdonald say, he's going to go on IR, but he did say, hey, this isn't season ending, but he's going to miss some time here. We don't know exactly how much time, but he's going to miss some time. Well, now you're without your starting two leaders on defense, your starting safety, a starting off-ball linebacker. I don't know if you trade for a starter there, but do you trade for a starter somewhere? Do you trade for someone who can make an impact?
Here's the thing. It's before this game, not even before this game, I'm looking at the safety spot, and Ty Okada had a rough start to the starting safety role against the Bucs. Hips were flipped, eyes were left, supposed to be right, cross-side, two left feet. And then as the season has progressed, he's getting more and more comfortable out there. We saw him make a play last night. Big ups to Devin Witherspoon, though, for hitting Jaden Daniels and forcing that football to be thrown the way it was. But I'm getting more confident with him back there. If this were 2 or 3 weeks ago where I'm watching the film and I'm seeing what I saw of men, that I would be urgent, hitting the panic button, like, hey, you got to go get a safety, got to go get a safety. I think Ty can hold it down until J Love is back, but I also think that, you need an insurance policy. I don't know who's out there. I don't know who's sitting at home. I don't know if there's a safety who was with the team during training camp and something happened and they sent him home and he's available. I don't know who's out there. But I can look at the safety spot and say I can see them making a move there. I can see them making a move at the corner spot. We'll see how severe Joe's situation is. Do you trust Reek Woolen? I feel so bad for Reek because people are going to jump on him for that penalty yesterday. And as soon as it happened, I just put my head in my hands and my no, Reek. Like, you don't need this.
Bruce,
people are going to jump all over you for this, and rightfully so, because they feel like you haven't made enough plays. And you make a tackle, it was violent, I'm hyped for you. Be hyped. Like, you have to play with emotion, but then that happens, and people are going to jump on him. How do you view Reek? They can go offense, they can go defense.
Sure.
I can even see them looking at a low-key receiver now on the other side of the football.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I've come around.
Well. I got made fun of on Twitter. Someone said I don't know ball.
Oh,
no, not you. Random insecure people. Mike Macdonald was asked about trades this morning.
Yeah, we got a few right in the pike.
Good, nice, thanks. All right,
yeah, we'll do it right after.
Right after we get off the phone here, you do it right then. What?
No, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
I appreciate that he's got a dry sense of humor, but then he was seriously asked whether they want to add strengths.
I think we're looking at it through the lens of is this gonna help our team now and in the future, and then it's up to us to decide how much is it now, how much is the future, is it both? You're never really gonna make it. Hopefully, you're not making transactions that you think is gonna make you worse. I mean, even as something as simple as what we did at the end of last week with guys not being available and bringing up guys from practice squad. I mean, all those decisions are okay for this week and the future. honestly, because you're talking about guys going on IR, maybe not going on IR, so it's like what's best for now, but what's also best for the future. Those are, to me, that's kind of how you're balancing it in your mind of, okay, is this something that we want to go for, or do we need to, pump the brakes on this thing? Hopefully that paints you a good picture.
I love the debate of like, hey, do you add to an area of strength? You already have Jackson Smith and Jigba. Do you add a receiver? You already have some good outside backers. Do you add another? Or weakness? And Mike Macdonald saying, well, I appreciate the question, but I think we look at it as, how do we add someone that can become part of this team for real, not just like a Band-Aid?
The reason why I'm looking at wideout is because of the hammy. If it were like a sprained ankle,
he's talking
for
about
Cooper
Kupp, by the way,
a sprained ankle or AC joint the shoulder, it'd be different. But once those hammies start going, especially at that age, they hang around for a bit. So that changes the wide receiver spot for me.
Let's take a look back at that Sunday night win. Plays of the game coming your way next.
The one and only Mark Schlereth. Every Monday at 4 during the NFL season with Wyman and Bob.
Sam Darnold, 12 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 1,700 yards, 68% completion percentage. Great stats. He's only been sacked 9 times.
I think he's been playing great. I'm a big fan. I'm a big Sam Darnold fan. What he's gone through to get to where he is right now, I think it's a really cool story.
On Seattle Sports, on YouTube, and the Seattle Sports app.
The LJ way is.
You look at stuff like this and it's like, I don't want to come into an industry and work on a place that is going to compromise how I feel about myself. I get to go to work every day with good people and I get to enjoy what I do because I'm out there just trying to do right by people I care about, which is our community. We're going to see them at the grocery store. I'm going to see them at the sports tournaments. 2 friends of our daughters came in last night just on the lot, didn't know I was there. And it was cool because you got to take them through and they're going to buy a car for their first driver and a car for their kid going to school soon. These are the people that you're going to work with. And so you better make sure that your laundry's clean. I don't think Lee Johnson specifically, right, Speedway Chevrolet, where I'm at, I don't think they've ever had a problem with the community of being able to stand up and look them in the eye and know that they did their job well.
The LJ way is the Lee Johnson Auto family.
Yay to Bruce, the streaming king.
With quantum fiber internet, he's gonna binge.
He wants more, he's got to have more.
More bedtime true crime.
More podcasts in the shower.
Quantum fiber Wi-Fi has the power. More.
Fast internet speed. He's got the gigs to go big. Bring him the games.
Right now.
And his royal we.
More sports non-stop. His quantum fiber's on top. Yay to you. Switch today at quantumfiber.com. Limited availability, service and speed in select locations only.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit muckleshootcasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot.
If you've been in a wreck or a fender bender,
You have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility, not just where your insurance company tells you to go. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. With over 25 years of auto repair work, they'll exceed your expectations.
we meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
At Accurate Auto Body, all their work is performed by certified technicians, only using OEM parts to guarantee the safety of you and your family. For the best in auto body collision repair and customer service, give them a call at 425-883-2450 or AccurateAutoBodyWA.com. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI agent can be set up in minutes to answer calls and questions 24/7, so you never miss a customer, lead, or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty, and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
The Seahawks dominated the Washington Commanders in primetime with a 38-14 Sunday night football win. The loss itself wasn't the biggest gut punch for the Commanders, though. Washington quarterback Jaden Daniels dislocated his elbow late in the game and had to leave the field in an air cast. It's the 3rd injury for Daniels this season. One more to go in Week 9. Cowboys-Cardinals face off for Monday Night Football tonight in Dallas.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. NFL heavy after a big Seahawks win in Sunday night because, of course. Also a reminder, we're going to be taking your calls later in the show, talking about your first half MVP for the Seahawks. Right now, though, taking a look back just at last night's Sunday night football win. Plays of the game for the Seahawks blowout win over the Commanders. Here we go. And, of course, we're obviously going to start with a lot of Sam Darnold highlights here. Darnold to Walker for 14 yards on 3rd down in the first quarter.
Darnold out of the shotgun, awaiting the snap. He takes it. He looks, throws it underneath. Ball is caught, breaking a tackle and stumbling forward inside the 15. And down there was Ken Walker III. Great play by Walker as the middle of the field just opened up and Sam Darnold hit him for a quick slant, a 14-yard gain.
This was to convert 3rd and 6. It was on Seattle's first possession, several plays in at this point. And Bump, what's especially impressive is they had 3 penalties on this drive that they were able to overcome.
Yeah, this right here was an angle route. You get Ken Walker out the backfield. He goes to the right. He gets matched up with a linebacker. So he fakes like he's running the flat. Right foot in the ground, goes across the middle. You caught these guys in man coverage. So Sam Darnold knew where he was going, saw the matchup that he liked, gets to K9. K9 picks up the first down.
All right, let's talk about the first touchdown of the game for Seattle. So this one is going to be, I don't want to say the back of the end zone, near the back of the end zone for Horton. Darnold finds Torrey. Tell me what you saw here.
2nd down and goal now from the 4. This is the 12th play of the drive. Slot near side. Now White goes in motion left to right. Play fake. Darnold rolls left, looks, throws to the end zone. Ball is caught. Touchdown, Seahawks! Torrey Horton makes the catch, and the Seahawks go on the board first with an outstanding drive from the 10-yard line all the way down and score in 12 plays.
So this one ended up being at 3:09, by the way. Point after touchdown is good. 7-0 lead early.
12 play, 90 yards. This is what the run does for you. You ran the ball 6 times during this drive. You motion Cody White from left to right. You fake the handoff to K9. Everything is flowing to the offense's right side. You got Horton, who is isolated on the left side. He does like a bench. Corner goes inside, gets outside. What's impressive about this one is that Sam Darnold is rolling to his left, and that's to set up and throw this football. He wants to throw it on the run, but because one of your guys get beat on the line of scrimmage, he sets it up. Horton, great route at the top, being physical, catches the rock, touchdown.
All right, Washington takes over, and they're trying to move, but they can't get out of their own way with penalties. A face mask forces a 3rd and 17 for Washington. So naturally, Jaden Daniels is going to try to find his receiver, Jalen Lane, down the sideline. That one intercepted at 12:55 by Ty Okada.
So 3rd down and 17 now, back at his own 45. McNichol stays in the backfield. Daniels with a shotgun snap. Blitz is coming. Daniels just wings it, and it comes down. It's picked off on the far sidelines. Did he keep his feet in? He did. It's Ty Okada reaching high. I think Daniels might have been trying to throw the ball away, and instead Okada intercepts it, and you can hear the cheers because there are so many Seahawks fans right behind the Seattle bench.
You go, Ty Okada. What'd you see?
Yeah, Ty Okada just playing the football in the air. I think the main reason why this happened is because Devin Witherspoon was sent on a blitz, and he wasn't picked up. Jaden Daniels saw him late, panicked, threw the football up, but him being hit affected that throw, launches it up in the air, but the catch was impressive. Ty Okada going to get it, getting 2 feet in, making plays. Congratulations, his first interception as a pro. Had one in preseason, but this one actually counts.
I thought it was big, too, because you had Ty Okada and Josh Jobe kind of colliding. Ty Okada accidentally takes Jobe out of the game, and you're probably thinking like, oh man, I hope this doesn't become like a bumbling thing where they let Washington get back into this one. But no, Ty Okada quickly responds there. Okay, let's go to Seattle's 2nd touchdown of the game. This one to Horton for 25 yards at 8:57.
Looking at a 3rd down and 8. Charbonnet stands beside Sam Darnold in the shotgun. Darnold takes the snap. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man in the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks! It's Torrey Horton, his 2nd touchdown catch of the night from 25 yards out. And that was just a beautiful lofted pass into the back corner of the right side of the end zone. Torrey Horton comes up big. Injuries have hurt this receiving core. It hasn't hurt Torrey Horton nor Jackson Smith and Jigba. The Seahawks on top now, 13-0.
Worth noting also, yet another 3rd down converted here for Seattle, 3rd and 8.
I told you, I don't know why the Commanders play so much man. Yeah, they ain't got the men to play man like that. And that's exactly what happened here. You have a Horton in the slot, one-on-one, inside release, gets to the top of his route, and does a great job giving a good indicator. That's when you put your foot in the ground, you show your quarterback that you're heading towards the back pylon at a 45. He's able to track your angle. But it's all about the release. You play man, you got to be good off the line of scrimmage. He does exactly that. It was easier than it should be. I don't know why the Commanders play so much man.
All right, so this one, touchdown is good. Point after touchdown is good. Seattle takes a 14-0 lead. That drive, 7 plays, 60 yards, 3:57. And then Jason Myers kicks it 60 yards for a kickoff return. Lane receives this one, starts running back at the Washington 26 yards, fumbles.
Ball comes down on the goal line to Lane as he takes off straight up the middle. The ball comes out. Seahawks dive on it. I think they have it. And they do. The Seahawks recover the kickoff. Lane fumbles. Again, it's about 3/4 of a mile from us. It was tough to see if the Hawks fell on it, but they did. And Seattle, the entire special teams, jumping up and down in the far end zone. And Seattle now with 2 takeaways.
Connor O'Toole comes up with the
fumble recovery, and the offense comes right back out on the field.
The Halloween music in the background feels fitting for this one. Still waiting for a forced fumble and fumble recovery on defense, but special teams delivers again.
Hey, got her done. Peely punches it out. Big ups to Peely. He was on our show on Thursday during the huddle. And O'Toole, man, a guy who actually was a receiver in college to start and then switched over to the defensive side. On special teams making plays. Who made the note last night? I believe it was Big Ray Roberts made the note that back in the day, you didn't see defensive linemen on kickoff cover because you needed the fast guys out there. Now that the rules have changed, you're not running down the field like that, you can get guys like Peely out there. Macdonald was asked what the strategy was behind it. He wouldn't reveal it. Obviously, he doesn't want to give the ops some information, but it's interesting to see how that part of the game has changed drastically. And I think for the better, man. It's safer. You get bigger bodies out there. So what that does provides more opportunities for the big boys to make more plays.
I think it'd be fun. My first rule as NFL commissioner would be that for at least one kickoff return in a game, you have to have only linemen. So it's only your nose tackle, your centers, and your guards can be on return coverage.
It's like a Powerpuff game.
Just think about it. Just think about it. All right, so a classic 5-second touchdown drive here. Darnold finds Arroyo. This one is going to be at 8:46 remaining.
JSN is wide right. Looks like he has some double coverage. Sam is under center. He's looking back to the left side. He's going to throw down the seam. Got a man out there. The ball is caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. The rookies are going nuts tonight. It's Arroyo who makes the catch. The touchdown reception from 26 yards out. And Elijah Arroyo, the rookie out of Miami, who can do so many things, just put the Seahawks up now 20-0, awaiting the 21st point. And the locals are not happy here outside of Washington, D.C.
And that 21st point is good. A 21-0 lead so far for Seattle. Bump, when it comes to this one, again, they took over the 26-yard line. The way that they were playing, the way that they were cooking on offense, you felt like, look, they're going to score. Having it happen, first play from scrimmage, what did Sam see? What did the offense make happen there where they were able to score just on that one play?
These dummies were a man again. And what happened was, it's ridiculous. It makes no sense to me.
Why?
Because they don't have the personnel for it. Yet they stay in it.
No, I mean, like, why are they still doing it?
So what happens is you got JSN and man coverage at the bottom. If you can go and look at his release, go on Instagram or Twitter and look at his release. It's one of the best releases we've seen in a while. He gets outside. The safety is playing over towards Jason's side naturally because he is the playmaker over there. So what Sam does a great job of doing is looking to Jason's side. Safety, you want to play over there. I'm going to keep you there, knowing I'm going to go to the backside and work this seam. Arroyo outside release. He works up the seam. B-Wall last night said it on the on our broadcast that the ball caught Arroyo. All Arroyo had to do was look. That ball was stuck right in between his bicep and his forearm. It was a perfect throw. But you looked at matchup. You influence the safety. You go back to your tight end. You throw a dot, and he's good to go. The throw was great. The catch was great. Go watch Jason's release. It's one of the best we've seen all year.
All right, well, Washington might have tried to go for it on 4th and 1 on their next drive, but instead a false start on Zach Ertz moves them to 4th and 6, so they end up punting this one away. Seattle takes over at 6:44. Moving down the field, Ken Walker picks up 5 yards, a pass to JSN picks up 22, so now you're at 1st and 10 from Seattle's 40-yard line with 4:44 left. And Sam Darnold finds Cody White for a 60-yarder.
Ball at the 40-yard line of Seattle. Play fake to Walker. Darnold's going to roll. He's got his man. It's White. Breaks a tackle. Going down the far sidelines. He could go. He is in for a touchdown. Seahawks. Are you kidding me? Everybody scored but Dave Wyman tonight. Cody White, the reception in the near side flat, takes it to the house. 60 yards. And the Seahawks 27-0 over Washington on Sunday Night Football. Holy catfish.
Ty Okada gets his career first interception. Elijah Arroyo gets his first touchdown. And now Cody White gets his first NFL touchdown. This one's 60 yards in prime time.
So Cody White's on the right side of the formation. He motions in to kind of play a wing position next to the tight end. This is what the run game does for you. He fakes the block as if they're going to run a outside zone or a zone to the right side. He slips inside of the defender, and then he runs a corner. Sam Darnold fakes the handoff to K9, and because K9 is a threat, because you've shown you ran the football, the second level is all pushed up. So now he has nothing but space and opportunity with a safety flying over the top. Sam Darnold gets him the football. Safety misses a tackle. First off, kids, wrap up. All right, the safety just trying to go down there and hit Cody White. Cody ain't big, but he ain't small at the same time. You got to wrap up. The rest is Cody making plays. Happy for him. The second opportunity he's had to make a play. Last year was against the Rams. He does it. This year against the Commanders, he does it. And, 82, what'd it do?
Commanders are able to add on with a touchdown late in the first half to try to give themselves some life, but this one felt very much over still. We head into the third quarter now. Washington Commanders take over after forcing Seattle to punt for the very first time. So you have the first incompletion, the first third down failure. Wow, who knew? The Seahawks are human after all. So Commanders take over, and now it's time for the defense, Seattle's defense, to try to step up. We are looking at a 2nd and 6 Seahawks. 11:44. Jaden Daniels sacked.
2nd down and 7 at the Seattle 46 for Jaden Daniels. Takes a shotgun snap, looks. Now he's going to move around. Now he's going to get hit. He's going to get wrapped up, and he's going to go down. Sacked 13 times coming into this game. Leo Williams and Jay Reed both got there. Probably give them half a sack each, but we'll fill you in on that. But it's a loss on the play. It's going to make it 3rd down and 13, a loss of 7 on that sack.
Leo just massive on this drive in general.
If this were a lesser quarterback, if this were a guy who didn't have the mobility that Jaden Daniels has, he was sacked 4 times. He would have been sacked 8 or 9 times yesterday. I mean, and Big Cat doing Big Cat things. He usually gets the double team, and he still beats the double team. On this one, he's actually picking for his guys. So what he is he's slanting towards one guy, and Jay Reed is wrapping around. He's not supposed to make this play, but because he still splits and he's strong, gets in the backfield, and the sack for Leo.
I don't have this highlight, but before I jump to the next highlight, which is going to be DeMarcus Lawrence and Byron Murphy sacking Jaden Daniels, because it's on my play sheet, I did want to ask you what you saw in Sam Darnold's interception. Anything of note there?
Oh, yeah. So it's Sam trying to make a play.
We're skipping over it. But.
This is a play you try to make when you have 4 touchdowns already, when you're up and everything is working for you. He's rolling to his right side. He has Cody White. You asked me the other day, what's the hardest throw in football? Mm-hmm. And I said, when you're right-hander rolling to your left side, trying to go back to the right side. That's exactly what he did here. Rolling to his right side, his left side, trying to go back to his right side, and just couldn't get the ball in front of Cody White. The decision wasn't bad. It was just execution.
All right, 2 more plays quickly. Now we are going to 6:40 in the 3rd quarter. Jaden Daniels going to get sacked again. This is a 2nd and 14. DeMarcus Lawrence, Byron Murphy split this one.
So here's Daniels on a 2nd down now and 14. A couple of running backs in the backfield. Daniels squirts away from one, can't break a second as Murphy wraps him up and brings him down. It's going to be a loss of 3, make it 2, and Daniels is going to, beg your pardon, Murphy's going to get credit for a sack on that one on the loss of 2.
This defensive line for Seattle, suffocating.
All night, man. I felt, when it was all said and done, I felt bad for Jaden Daniels because 4th quarter, he shouldn't even be in that game.
No.
My hindsight's 20/20, right? Of course, we're all perfect after the matter of fact. But all night, he was in trouble. He had no weapons on the outside. Deebo Samuel's not a route runner. He's not going to get open one-on-one. The running back game is suspect. It was all on Jaden Daniels. It's almost a blessing that he might be out for a long time because there's nothing good coming from this organization this year.
All right, last play for us here. 3rd and 1, 1:55 in the 3rd quarter. Direct snap to A.J. Barner. It's a barnyard touchdown.
And it's going to be a barnyard. Barner pushing forward. Is he in? He is! Touchdown, Seahawks! A.J. Barner. They get up to the line of scrimmage, and everybody just goes forward. And the barnyard has sent the Commanders fans heading to the exits, and A.J.'s going to be happy to know that his 1-yard touchdown run did it. And the Seahawks now on top, 37-7. With $1:53 left to play here in the 3rd quarter.
Finally, the barnyard at the goal line. AJ, happy to get that one.
He asked for it. We interviewed him, and he said, hey, I want to run that thing on the 1-yard line, and he does exactly that. What I like about this, I don't know if he was coached to do this or he did it himself. The A and the B gaps were clogged up. So instead of doing that, he slides over to the right side to the C gap, makes life easy on himself. In Madden, whoever does the editing on Madden, the football game, please insert the barnyard dance because this is one of the best in the game after he scores.
All right, let's get to 4 down territory.
This is 4 down territory, going inside the game with former Seahawks and Coug wide receiver Michael Bumpus.
1st down, what was a huge improvement for the Seahawks on Sunday?
You talked about already 3rd downs, man. Before going into this game, they were 3 for their last 26 on 3rd downs, which is ridiculous. On October 12th, they were actually 8th in the NFL when it comes to 3rd down conversions. Converting 43% of the time. Coming into this game, they dropped all the way down to 27, converting 33% of the time. But yesterday, they were 7 for 11 on 3rd downs, 63%. And a lot of that has to do with the down and distance. The longest 3rd down they had without penalty was 8 yards. 8 yards. Other than that, it was 3, 1, 5, 3, 5, 1, 4, 1, 4. The average distance was about 4 yards and some change on 3rd downs. That was a huge improvement.
2nd down. What was the biggest mistake the Commanders made against the Hawks?
I said already, the dummies play too much man.
You had a couple people quoting you. These dummies.
What are you doing? Going in, I did the game preview for here in the Hawks, and I said this could be a big game for Cooper Kupp. And the reason why I said that was because at the time we weren't sure if Cooper Kupp was going to play or not, but I felt the number 2 receiver was going to have opportunities because they're going to focus on JSN and they're going to play man. So that number 2 receiver was Horton. Horton scored a touchdown on man. Arroyo scored a touchdown on man. JSN had 3 big plays against man. DC, Dan Quinn, you are just a smart individual. You've won Super Bowls. You coached one of the greatest defenses of all time. Get out of man. If you want to save any part of your season, stop playing so much man, but we appreciated it last night.
Third down. What did you like about the defensive personnel yesterday?
I liked when they went big nickel because you had Nick Imawari and you had Spoon at the corner spot. Nick Imawari at the nickel, you had Spoon at corner, and then you had Josh Jobe on the other side when he was healthy, Kobe Bryant and Ty Okada at the safety spot. I felt the most secure in the secondary when that was the case. Now, there were times where you go your base formation and Reek Woolen was in the mix as well. I'm happy for Reek. I feel like he had a better game despite that penalty that he did have. But I love the secondary. I was wondering, how are you going to do this? What's your rotation going to be? We talked about it with the guys in the pregame show, and I think Moyer is the one who said that when they come out in just 2 receiver sets, why not just bring Nick Imawari in, play that big nickel? I think he did a good job against these tight ends as well. It showed just your depth. Now, you lost Josh Jobe. Obviously, J. Love is out, but these guys have gotten a lot of reps. Ty Okada's played more football this year than Julian Love. So, no, I just like seeing Nick Imawari out there. I like Spoon on the outside. Just the versatility between Spoon and Imawari, I think, was huge last night.
Fourth down. Let's talk about numbers that were hit yesterday. What do you got?
All right, so JSN needed 100 yards to tie Steve Largent for the most 100-yard receiving games in a single season in franchise history with 6. Check.
Man.
He needed 4 receptions to pass DK Metcalf for the most receptions in a player's first 3 seasons in franchise history with 217. Check. He needed 100 receiving yards and a touchdown receptions to become the first receiver with since 2018 Adam Thielen to reach those marks in 4 consecutive games. Almost check because he didn't have a touchdown. On the other side, Mike Macdonald needed a win this weekend to become the 3rd head coach in NFL history to win 11 of his first 12 road games. Check. These guys are just doing some good things, man. And I think Mike Macdonald said that they're moving in the right direction. Still want a big run game. You still want your quarterback to have a performance without throwing an interception. But things like that are going to happen. I saw the most ridiculous text last night during the game. Sam throws the interception. He goes, here we go again. I don't know who it was. Here we go again, Sam, with the interception. I'm like, he has 4 touchdowns. He started 17 of 17.
You can't say it on that game.
He now has 16 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. He's completing 70% of his passes. Like, simmer down. These are human beings. You know that? I've never seen a quarterback throw 25, 30 touchdowns and no interceptions. It's going to happen. So, I almost responded to that person, but I didn't want to give him my energy.
I feel like you've got full, even though I might disagree with you and think it was a little premature, you have full permission to, if Sam Darnold starts the game with back-to-back interceptions on drives, fumbling, to be like, oh, man, what if this is Darnold back, especially if the defense is bringing a lot of pressure and you're seeing, you know what I mean? Because that's the narrative. Oh, he caves under pressure. He can't handle it. Sure. When he's been absolutely perfect, has a perfect passer rating through the first half, and is 17 of 17 to start a game, and then throws a pick. Yeah. It doesn't. Come on.
Math ain't mathin'.
It's like a great start from the pitcher, and then he walks someone, and you're like, oh, he's a bum.
Nah.
You're like, well, hang on.
And when you're up like that, you take more risk. If it were a tight ball game, I doubt he even tries to make that throw. But because they're up, he's feeling good, he's confident. There's no real pressure on him. He's going to try to make something happen.
You have some listener questions and tell me what you think of the 360 opinions. That's what I was going to say. It's a perfectly valid decision to play more man when the other team's missing its number 2 receiver, says the 360, meaning obviously Seattle without Cooper Kupp. You want to be able to double team JSN. They said, but when they score a touchdown the first 2 times they touch the ball, you got to change.
I get your logic, and that makes sense.
Yeah.
I watch way too much film on the Commanders and see them get burned in man by everybody and their mama. My 13-year-old son can run routes on these guys right now and catch a football.
Do you think I could?
Stacy, if I just tell you where to go and you can handle the heat, it at least hit your hands. All right? But it was just, it's over the season.
Ugly.
It's not just this game. All year they've been burned against man. I don't know why they keep putting, like, even that third down against that K9 caught that 14-yard first down. It's like, why in this situation? It's just the personnel don't match the scheme at this point.
I have a trade deadline update when it comes to the Seahawks. This from Justin, say 30 minutes ago. That's next.
Get inside the huddle.
The handoff inside. It's Charbonnet. He's going to go. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Taking you inside the VMAC every week. Thursdays, noon to 2.
Our guys show up to play.
Player interviews.
It's obviously been paying off. Just going to continue to do that.
Previewing this week's matchup.
We'll say they come out and just run the ball down the Niners' throats.
And everything Seahawks.
If anybody had a doubt, don't.
The Huddle. Every Thursday at noon. Exclusively on the home of the Seahawks. Seattle Sports.
Stacy here, and if you're like me, you usually hate looking for a new car. Most of that's because you're never quite sure who to trust. It's why I loved my own experience at Wayscar Ford in Auburn. Chris and Mark and Way himself, I'm telling you, these are real people. I actually know them. Were super accommodating and listened. They want to ensure that your experience is the same, hassle-free and with zero pressure. I can't tell you how amazing it feels to finally upgrade to a new model as someone who put off getting a new car for years. I ended up with a Bronco Sport. I'm obsessed with it. Heated seats and steering and all-wheel drive in the winter, absolutely worth it. Wayscar Ford is family-owned and operated for 103 years in Auburn. They offer a lifetime powertrain on all new Fords, and there's never any pressure. So if you change your mind within 5 days or 500 miles, take it back for a 100% refund. Learn more at wayscarford.com.
Life's expensive enough, isn't it? Groceries, gas, kids' activities. Sometimes your roof needs replacing, but your budget says not now. Hi, I'm Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. We want to help with an offer to lift that weight off your shoulders. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months. Or save up to $3,000 on a new roof today. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
Hey, it's Bob Stelton here, and let me tell you about one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. That's when I went to K2 Vision for RLE. That's Refractive Lens Exchange. Now, Dr. Kopstein started K2 Vision with Dr. King from King LASIK, the most experienced LASIK surgeon in the Northwest. King LASIK plus K2 Vision equals freedom vision for every stage of life. No glasses, no contacts, readers, or cataracts. Now, if you're somebody that struggles with distance vision and now you always need a pair of reading glasses, K2 Vision RLE could be your perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You never develop a cataract. Now, if you're somebody like me that had a pair of readers in every room of the home, in your car, you had to bring them into the restaurant with you. Otherwise, like me, you couldn't read the menu. That has all been rectified thanks to RLE. So whether it's LASIK, EVO, ICL, or RLE, trust the most experienced team of doctors to recommend what's best for you. Schedule your free Zoom consultation today at K2VisionRLE.com. That's K2VisionRLE.com.
I know a lot of you guys are listening from your phones right now, so it's the perfect time to give a shout out to my friends over at AT&T. The other guys will make claims saying this and that about how great their network is, and I'm just here to set the record straight that AT&T is America's fastest and most reliable wireless network. I don't know about you guys, but it just gives me so much peace of mind when I'm going to do the things I love, and I know my wireless network's got me. Like if I'm going to a concert or a basketball game or even something outdoorsy, knowing I'm going to have fast service and can share what I'm up to is a game changer. You want to know you can post what you want to post, call who you want to call, and with AT&T, it literally doesn't matter where you're going. I promise you, they're already there. Don't just take it from me. Actual tests prove AT&T is America's fastest and most reliable wireless network. When you compare, there is no comparison. Based on RootMetrics' United States Root Score Report, 1H 2025 tested with best commercially available smartphones on 3 national mobile networks across all available network types. Your experiences may vary. RootMetrics rankings are not an endorsement of AT&T.
Headed outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nellie on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on SeattleSports.com.
Hi, this is Nancy Penrose, owner of Big Trees in Snohomish. Big Trees has certified arborists and site experts who help you select the right trees for the right location on your property. When Big Trees installs a tree, we offer a 1-year warranty and 1 free aftercare visit from a board-certified master arborist. To learn more about our process, visit BigTreeSupply.com.
been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
Stacy Rost here from Seattle Sports. Ladies and gentlemen, this is for you too. Stubborn fat is really hard to get rid of. And then there's all those gimmicky lasers, fat freezing methods, prescriptions. But imagine a simple solution that takes just one day and provides immediate, noticeable results. Introducing ProSculpt. ProSculpt uses air-assisted technology that's safe and gentle, yet powerful, delivering instant fat-reducing and skin-tightening results. Performed by board-certified plastic surgeons while fully awake, ProSculpt contours your body with minimal downtime. It's designed to target problem areas: waistline, face, neck, arms, thighs. ProSculpt gently removes unwanted fat and tightens loose skin with FDA-cleared plasma technology, all in a simple, guaranteed one-day procedure. ProSculpt is one and done. For your free consultation and $250 off, visit ProSculpt.com for powerful permanent fat removal and skin tightening that works for ladies and you men. It's ProSculpt.com.
This is The Timeline
with Bump and Stacy.
Brought to you by 1-800-DUI-OA.
It is the timeline on Bump and Stacy, reading you the top stories you're going to see and hear about on your own timeline. Quickly, a question from a listener. They said, should we be talking about Ernest Jones and the linebackers? Feels like him being out is going to be big. Yes. We've got some Mike Macdonald show cuts coming up at 11:45. And we'll kind of get to it throughout the day, whether it's NFL headlines or maybe at 12:45, taking a listen to a little bit more. But I just think that there isn't a definitive update just yet on Ernest Jones, other than last night Mike Macdonald saying this is not season ending. But I promise you that reporters will be asking him about it at his press conference. So during Wyman and Bob, I'm assuming there may be a more definitive update, even if it's just him saying, hey, once again, we're not going to put him on IR. This is what we're thinking. So stay tuned for sure. Curtis, do you know offhand when that press conference usually is? Is it like 3-ish p.m.?
Around then, yeah.
Around 3 p.m. So Wyman and Bob, that may be announced then. So hang tight. Couple hours. Hopefully we'll be getting an update. All right. Well, right now, let's take a look at the timeline. The latest on trade deadline rumors. This one just earlier today. We began the show by playing some sound over the weekend from Fox Sports' Jay Glazer saying that the Seahawks could be very aggressive at the deadline. And then on the Pat McAfee show, Adam Schefter, earlier today, just earlier this morning, joined saying Seattle is a team to watch.
Seattle is interesting. Seattle is interesting. As my friend Brian Windhorst would say, something is going on in Seattle. Yep. Something is going on in Seattle. Seattle would be a team to watch.
One of my all-time favorite bits. Adam Schefter added about a potential package involving Woolen and Mafe.
They also have a lot of young talent that they're going to have to pay here in the future years. So they've got Jackson Smith and Jigba, who they're going to want to pay.
Yeah.
They've got Charles Cross, their left tackle, who they're going to want to pay. They've got Devin Witherspoon, who they're going to want to pay. So you can't pay everybody, which is why we're seeing the names Boye Mafe and Reek Woolen come up at the deadline. My point is, if they do something with those guys, I don't think that they would be isolated moves, because they would be getting back compensation. They'd be freeing up caps. I think that would give them more flexibility if anything happens. But by the way, nothing may happen. Nothing may happen. They're rolling along. They're the best record in the NFC. They may just decide to stand down and stand pat. But Seattle is interesting.
Two National Football voices saying in the last 48 hours, including this one from just earlier this morning, that the Seahawks could be aggressive at the deadline is noteworthy. If nothing else, even if they're saying the same thing, it is noteworthy that Jay Glazer and Adam Schefter, ahead of the trade deadline, are both saying, hey, Seattle could be a name to watch. Bump. Let's talk about the pieces that could actually be added. What does Seattle need?
Linebacker depth. You need maybe a corner or a safety. You need an offensive lineman. Boye Mafe is an interesting one. His name being brought up in this whole deal because at his position, right, you call him a linebacker or edge rusher, whatever you want to call him. You got Boye, you got Uchenna, you got O'Toole, who's been activated. On the other side, you have, where are my guys at? You got D. Hall. I just don't think because of the bad luck they've had at that position as far as guys getting hurt, that scares me a little bit. If you do get a Boye Mafe, that means you're probably going to get a backup guy to play that position, because now you're feeling like Uchenna's healthy, he's playing well, we can lean on him a bit more, but you're going to have somebody to back him up. I don't think they're looking at Connor O'Toole and saying he's going to be the guy. Opposite side, you got DeMarcus Lawrence, Derek Hall, and Ivy over there. I think that side is solidified. You should be good to go. The Boye Mafe one scares me a bit just because of the health issues at that spot. So if you do decide to ship off Boye Mafe and Reek Woolen, you're getting picks and you're getting someone to fill that void or in the secondary.
We'll get back to this at 12:45. We'll talk about some potential ads, not in terms of specific names, though there are some updates we'll get to, but just in terms of like, well, what do they need? Would you rather trade picks as opposed to talent from a roster that wants to be a contender right now? What are the benefits of moving on? So we are not done with trade deadline talk. The trade deadline is tomorrow, by the way, so something that'll be kind of a recurring theme here. So we'll get back to this topic in a little over an hour. Next, was Sam Darnold thinking about his perfect 17 for 17 start to Sunday Night Football? I know that you, Bump, and you, Curtis, are very superstitious people, and a rule with most things is that you don't talk about like a perfect game when it's happening. You don't talk about a no-hitter when it's happening. He told NBC post-game that he absolutely was aware of it.
Is it like being a pitcher in baseball? Like nobody can say anything to you?
Yeah, unfortunately someone did at halftime, and we'll leave him unnamed, but he knows who he is, and I'll just leave it at that.
You know who you are, Chris Collinsworth. You know who you are. How dare you?
Nah, you don't talk about that.
You can't say that.
Nah, you leave that alone.
You can't say he's perfect.
You don't even talk to that man. You don't even look at him unless he's looking at you. You don't even shake his hand unless he reaches out first.
Don't even think about him, honestly.
No, you let him be. And that's fun because as an athlete, you know when you're hot. Don't get it twisted. Sam, he doesn't show a lot of expressions in his face. But in his mind, I know he's thinking, I'm tearing these dudes up right now. I'm in my zone. I'm feeling it. But yeah, whoever did that, shame on you. Let Sam be. A
very real question for both you, Bump, and Curtis, before I move on to the next story here. But because it does concern perfect games, well, this case I'm talking about baseball, at one point in a game, do you decide to say, I cannot mention that this person has a no-hitter or is a perfect game? Like how early in the game?
It's about fourth or fifth inning.
Fourth or fifth?
I was going to say third or fourth.
I started pretty early. I like third. Like, but if no hits through third, because I have my scorebook and I'll look down, that's when I start going. Yeah. And I'm not superstitious, as you guys know. I don't believe in it. But that's when I start going, well, maybe.
Then why don't you say anything if you don't believe in it?
Because
you're not superstitious.
I'm not superstitious.
So prove it. I need you to tweet next time someone's 3 innings in and be like, oh, perfect game here.
I'll do it. You know what? No hit allowed through the first. I'm going to say
Twitter's going to light
Luis
you up.
Castillo.
No,
I'm going to say Luis Castillo carrying a perfect game into the second.
Yeah, I wouldn't advise
more hate than you've ever gotten for any food take you've ever had.
Start doing it. I'm going to start doing that in general for every start for 162. I'm going to say carrying a perfect game into the second. They're carrying a perfect game into the third. Let's get to our next story. How would you react if an owl flew into your house? I would be terrified. Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer actually had that happen at his Dallas home last week, and here's his telling of the ordeal.
I don't know if the owl was looking for the snakes or like what was going on, but it's the story of a coach's wife. So I'm in game plan meetings last night. We're doing some red zone stuff, and I leave the meeting about 10 o'clock, and I go back to my phone, and I literally had 72 text messages on my phone, 72. I'm a popular guy, so that's nothing abnormal. And it literally started with a text from my son to his mother saying, there's a big hawk-sized bird in here. And I began to look down, and there was an owl that was, so my son was sitting there doing some work, and he had the sliders open, and all of a sudden, an owl came to visit. And we're not very outdoorsy people, and so he wasn't really quite sure what to do, so we called my soon-to-be nephew, who's marrying my niece, and the two of them together, frickin' frack, tried to figure it out. They couldn't do it. All they did was piss it off. And so in typical coaching fashion, I called my wife and said, honey, I'm going to stay at the condo tonight. You got this. But they did. They got the owl removed. The owl has been returned to its safe domain. But you can't make this stuff up, man.
That's like a dog running at you. You just throw the wife in front. Honey, you got it, baby. You got it.
No, don't worry about it. I'm not leaving because I'm scared. I'm leaving because I'm confident.
Owls are weird-looking birds, too.
Yeah, owls
and
got
the way
a lot
they
of
can
attitude.
rotate their head all the way behind them. I looked up and to see how big owls are in Texas. There's an owl in Texas that has a 60-inch wingspan. No, thank you. I'm staying at the condo as well.
A person. That's a
I'm staying at the
person.
downtown Marriott and getting points on Bonvoy.
You guys want to know a fun fact that I learned via Google?
What?
I searched cardinal natural predators. Among those listed, owls.
Why'd you look up Cardinal? Oh, you're getting ready for the test?
Because the Arizona Cardinals.
Getting ready for the test?
No, because, yes.
That is the team the Seahawks play next.
But also, that's the team that the Cowboys play next tonight for Monday Night Football. Cowboys-Cardinals.
So you don't believe in superstitions, but you're going to say this is a sign.
Well, no, I'm just saying I don't believe in superstition, but I do believe in patterns and signs and math. And what I'm doing right now is connecting. You guys aren't listening. I'm connecting the dots. Oh, an owl flew
just
into
say
the.
you're superstitious.
And I'm not superstitious.
You are.
I'm not superstitious. An owl, though, you don't think that's weird? An owl flew into the home of the Dallas Cowboys head coach. What do owls eat? Cardinals. In addition to voles. I don't know what those are.
Well, listen, Jacoby Brissett is probably playing tonight. The Cowboys should take care of this.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you right now, what does it mean that instead of accepting the owl into his home and learning its ways, he tried to. The Cowboys are going to miss an opportunity. No, the Cowboys are going to beat the Cardinals. It's because the owl eats Cardinals.
Sounds like you believe in some stuff.
No, I just was thinking about it. I don't believe in that at all. Latest from Mike Macdonald coming your way next.
It's the Hawks Player Spotlight.
Tight end A.J. Barner is with us. How are you, man?
Doing well. It's good to be on here.
Brought to you by Three Tree Roofing.
The rookie on this O-line, Gray Zabel, is with us.
Sam is an elite quarterback.
Going deep with a different Hawks player every day at 3:30 with Wyman and Bob on Seattle Sports.
Every time he walks into the huddle, we know we got a chance for a big play.
Nick Emanwari is with us.
I felt good physically going into the game.
Catch up on every Hawks Spotlight on Seattle Sports on YouTube and the Seattle Sports app.
Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. And you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock, personally, I'm very happy that you did so well. And your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain, and they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's danielnelsonmd.com.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
When you're at home and next to your windows, do you notice cold air or a draft when the wind blows? How about moisture or leaking during a rainstorm? Dave Wyman here, and after 20 years in our home, our window seals started breaking. A failed window can do major damage to your home, and the older the window, the more likely it is to fail. That's why right now is an excellent time to have Harley Exteriors come by for a no-charge consultation. That's exactly what I had done over the summer, and not only were they extremely knowledgeable about all things windows, I found them to be polite, professional, and respectful. In other words, people you want to do business with. Harley Exteriors has a special offer for Seattle sports fans. Buy 3 windows, get 1 free. No payments or interest until 2027. And take an additional $200 off your project. Call 833-HARLEY or go to harleyexteriors.com. Schedule your free consultation today. They'll give you an honest assessment and quote. Go to harleyexteriors.com.
Seattle Sports has your chance to win 4 tickets to the Seahawks game, Sunday, November 9th. Head to the Seattle Sports app, click the Win tab in the bottom right corner, and enter to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter through the Seattle Sports app, the better your odds. Do it every day, October 28th through November 3rd. Details and rules at seattlesports.com/win. From the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports. Touchdown, Seahawks! Ken Walker III. Get everything Seahawks at seattlesports.com.
The stock market's on fire. AI stocks are performing at all-time levels. We hope you, like many of our investors, have taken advantage of it. A famous man once said, buy low, sell high. There's also $8 trillion of cash sitting on the sidelines. Investors are either scared or they don't know where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rureka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares profit with our investors. We've been doing it for 19 years, averaging double-digit returns with 0 investor losses. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital and invest in our family of funds. From a 3-year investment with double-digit returns to only a 90-day commitment returning 7%. We also accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at LegacyG.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at LegacyG.com.
This is for all you guys on Viagra. ED pills are no longer needed. The brutal side effects like 4-hour headaches, blurred vision, and that flush feeling can all be put behind you with our treatment. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we have a better approach to ED. Acoustic wave therapy creates blood flow circulation by safely removing the plaque in your arteries and restoring function naturally. Guys, let me be clear. Pills will never fix your problem. Our equipment is the latest technology, and our medical staff is the best in the industry. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today. It's not just about better health, it's about a better life.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Mike Macdonald was on Brock and Salk this morning talking about that massive Sunday night win over the Commanders. So let's find out what we learned from the Seahawks head coach. First, he says all 3 phases came together.
I think, our vision of all 3 phases playing together, playing complementary football, it felt like, like the guy, I love how our guys are preparing, our mentality going into the games. When we took the lead, like the guys weren't satisfied. They wanted to keep stacking scores and plays. And I was just really pleased with our mentality throughout the whole game. And look, we had some adversity. We had some guys go down and guys had to step up and guys did that. So, obviously, Sam played an incredible, near perfect game, especially in the first half. And anytime your quarterback is playing like that, you got a heck of a chance to do some pretty cool stuff.
Washington has been very banged up, and Seattle, for that reason, wasn't getting, much credit or mention of the players they've had to be without. And to be fair, the Commanders have had to play without more. They lost both starting defensive ends for the season early. They're starting safeties on IR, much like Seattle's, ironically. But Seattle entered this game without Cooper Kupp. They lost Josh Jobe. They lost Ernest Jones. They've played good football over the course of this year without a couple key players at times. And they did it in this game too. So I know that, that wasn't part of the story that you were hearing on a national broadcast, but it's one that mattered to Mike Macdonald, and I'm glad he mentioned it.
Yeah, and he also mentioned it was just complete, man. Mm-hmm. Your quarterback's hot in the first half. Your defense, I think they scored, did they score a touchdown in the first half, or was it, 24-7 first half. So, yeah, only gave up a touchdown first half. Your special teams created a short field, a turnover. At the end of the day, Myers hit a field goal as well. You didn't feel like there were any big returns or potential for big returns. The Commanders still rushed for like 157, but you take away Jaden Daniels, that's about 107 yards. And when you're down and you're just trying to get out of there, you're going to run the football. So there are some things that kind of manipulate those numbers as well. But no, it was a complete team game. I appreciate that.
Massively important to this game has been that defensive front. Leonard Williams, DeMarcus Lawrence, Mike Macdonald talking about both those guys first on what Leonard Williams has meant.
Well, I think what you're alluding to is it's not like we're just doing new things. I mean, these are things that we have put a lot of reps in, and we're gonna have specific game plans from week to week. But what we're asking our guys to do are things that they've done, and just sometimes you dress it up and you make it look a little bit different, and hopefully that gives us an advantage and lets us be the aggressor in those situations. But it's a credit to Leo that look, the guy's an incredible athlete. It's not easy learning all the spots and all the movements that comes across our front, and he's able to do that and retain it. And AD and Hines and CP do a great job game plan and the movements and teaching them ways to win and things like that and having a plan. So we'll keep moving around, keep trying to find the best matchups.
In this case, talking about bringing pressure with Leo and what they're able to do with him. Are you seeing them use him creatively, a bit differently? Does he allow them to do a lot
Leo?
more? Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him this past game, and maybe they've done it before, but at a higher clip this game. Have him in a 2-point stance, like he's standing up. He's still in that shade in between the guard and the center, but you're giving him different looks. Right? You're allowing him to use his athleticism when you're standing up like that. And I think that helps with his pass rush moves with his hands or whatnot too. They also use him a lot in pick plays. So it's like, just think of a pick and roll when it comes to basketball, right? You set the screen and your guy runs around you, he gets to the hoop. That's essentially what they tried to do or did with him as well. Leo allows you to do a lot because he's going to require and get the most attention on that defensive line. We spoke to Byron Murphy last week, and I asked him about the slide. I wanted him to kind of paint the picture for people who don't understand what an offensive line slide is. So, when you slide, everyone's stepping to the right or the left because you're creating a double team for the most dangerous man out there. And he said most of the time they slide into 9-9 because that's Leo, and he's going to cause the most damage. So it allows other guys to have one-on-one matchups and be free.
And that also means that some of those other guys, you mentioned Byron, him being, telling us about that. DeMarcus Lawrence also being one of those guys. Mike Macdonald talking about D-Law.
I think what happened in Tampa Bay, not having him out there, I felt like you could sense a little bit of difference there. His attitude, energy, toughness. I think, man, I don't know if I can say enough good things about D-Law. I mean, he walking in the door day one, it was different. How he did the drills, how he brought the whole front together, the camaraderie and that they built in that room, that they rush together, they rush a certain way, how they rush off one another, I think is really cool. And I think it gives us an edge compared to, most teams.
Considering his star power prior to coming to Seattle, I'm a little surprised that his time with the Seahawks isn't being talked about a bit more on a national level. It's perfectly fine, right? It's not like he's being criticized, but I think people looked at Cooper Kupp and DeMarcus Lawrence as two older additions in free agency and thought, what are these veterans you're bringing in? Right. Are these they're real locker room glue guys? These are glue guys you're bringing in, certainly. And both have been really impactful. D-Law especially so on defense.
D-Law looks like a young man out there.
Yeah.
The 4 games that I watched last year before he got hurt, the first game was against the Cleveland Browns, and I saw a play where he was on the right side. The ball is ran the opposite side of him. He runs the running back down, gets up, makes a play, and his motor, he just kept going and going and going. Mm-hmm. He didn't look like a guy who's been in the league 10, 11 years. He looked like a young man who was hungry, and you watch him play, there's the violence that he still plays with. Like with older guys, they still play with violence, but it's a bit more calculated violence. Like I look at a guy like Bobby Wagner, still plays with some violence, but it's a bit more calculated, right? You understand that, all right, this is a marathon, and I can't just stick my face in every tackle or every hit like I used to. D-Law don't play like that. D-Law plays like, this is my very last snap, and I don't know if I'm ever going to get this again. You know where that comes from? Playing for a booty organization like the Cowboys, knowing you ain't going to win no championship.
Do you know how much the Cowboys could use him this year? Like
yes.
It is just wild. The audacity of the Dallas Cowboys to, I'm not saying that Micah and D-Law, who don't even really like each other, are, on the same level or bring exactly the same thing, but it's like Dallas has moved on from some really, really good defenders with the idea maybe that it could like develop cheaper talent, I guess. And instead what they're wasting is a phenomenal year from Dak Prescott in that offense.
Yeah.
Absolutely throwing it away.
If they had D-Law and Micah, I'm not saying this defense is fixed, but it ain't as bad as it looks right now.
You want to talk about Jerry Jones saying we're more than one player away. I can think of two that would help you. But
if you had those two, you'd probably be like one or two or more away.
Yeah.
Now you're like 4-5 players
I don't
away.
know if they'd want to play with each other, but they would make that team better.
They would,
and both teams, the Packers and Seahawks, are better defenses because they have those guys. And again, contributing in very different ways, playing different roles, coming to these teams, kind of at different times. But it's been cool to see that for DeMarcus Lawrence, he ended up contributing so much more than I think some outside experts expected. So that's been awesome.
For sure.
What caught our eye? Week 9 edition coming your way next.
Every morning at 7:45, Brock Ewart tackles 3 football questions as only he can.
Well, as you start gearing up for the trade deadline, Brock, salary cap space probably looks awfully important. Where do the Seahawks
Sure
rank?
does. Yeah, they are in the top 10. It looks like the Seahawks are 8th in the league. If they want to make a move, there really should not be a contract that for this season they can't inherit. They got $20 million in cap space.
Catch every Blue 88 on the Seattle Sports app.
At 65 years old, Brian has a rather demanding hobby.
My biggest passion is snow skiing, and I ski between 70 and 80 days per year. And I ski instruct at a private resort in Montana.
Needless to say, that can be a bit tough on the joints.
When this knee started to bother me, I thought I'm doomed.
That's when Brian decided to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
If I did yard work or skied a few days in a row, I was fighting swelling and pain and no sleep and all sorts of problems, and that has absolutely gone away.
So are you back on the slopes?
I mean, I had a 14-day stretch with clients where I skied every day and I had no problem. It was fine. It was just like, I felt like new.
So I'm guessing you would recommend this to others.
Oh, I already have. I've told everyone that'll listen.
Whether it's a shoulder, hip, or knee, before you choose surgery, consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
It's really, truly a miracle.
Tired of uneven heating, noisy systems, and high energy bills? The Quilt Ductless Heat Pump from Home Comfort Alliance gives you room-by-room control and serious savings with every system, and every system qualifies for max tax credits. Call the Comfort People at HomeComfortAlliance.com.
Seattle's rainy season is here. Don't wait to replace your roof. Schedule your free estimate at 3treeroofing.com and get $500 off your roofing project. Our expert team creates a custom plan for your home, ensuring a smooth, worry-free installation even in the winter months. With material prices low and lead time short, now is the best time to act. Stop throwing money at costly repairs. Protect your home this winter with a new roof from your neighbors at 3Tree Roofing. Visit 3treeroofing.com today to secure your $500 discount. 3Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Are your investment dollars working as hard as they should be? You've spent years building your future. Don't let outdated advice put it at risk. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. We're a veteran-owned firm proud to bring a new standard of financial care to the Seattle area. Our nationally recognized advisors are fiduciaries, ethically bound to put your interests first. That's the highest standard of care in the industry. As a privately held company, we answer to you, our valued clients, not shareholders. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a customized plan. From Bellevue to Tacoma, get advice you can count on. It's time to take a fresh look at your financial plan. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-466-3300. That's 206-466-3300. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit Bucky's.com.
From whiplash to herniated discs, there are a few car accident injuries we've all heard of. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains that even the most common injuries differ from one another.
Pre-existing conditions, health history, beginning of treatment. There are hundreds of factors that make every person and every injury unique. While these variables aid medical treatment, the strongest case recoveries must also take them into account.
Could you explain a little bit more?
Our team at Pendergast Law is obsessed with turning over every stone to differentiate each case. This requires thorough investigation, diligent listening, and relentless research. We never pursue cases with a one-size-fits-all approach. We built our success by treating every injury and every case with the individualized attention our clients need and deserve.
Pendergast Law's individualized approach to even the most common injuries makes the difference in case outcomes. It's another reason why I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI agent can be set up in minutes to answer calls and questions 24/7, so you never miss a customer, lead, or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
The Seahawks dominated the Commanders in primetime with a 38-14 Sunday Night Football win. The loss itself wasn't even the biggest gut punch for the Commanders. Washington quarterback Jaden Daniels dislocated his elbow late in the game and had to leave the field in an air cast. It's the 3rd injury for Daniels this season. One more to go in Week 9. Cowboys-Cardinals face off for Monday Night Football in Dallas tonight.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. Some wild stories from Week 9 around the NFL. By the way, Week 9 closes out with Monday Night Football, Cowboys-Cardinals tonight in Dallas. Before we get to that at 12:30, though, let's take a look at some of what caught our eye. Week 9 edition. Bump, get us started.
Those those chips that you buy that come in the little chips. There's a whole bunch of chips. It's like
Mini chips.
6 Lay's, 5 Doritos,
Variety pack.
2 Fritos, variety pack.
Costco.
That is what that offense was on that first drive. On that first drive, you got JSN with a reception out the backfield, JSN with a jet sweep. You have Torrey Horton with a one-on-one matchup. You win. You run the ball 6 times. You overcome a 1st and 25. You go 12 plays, 90 yards. You recovered your own fumble. Like you did almost everything. That first drive set up the rest of the game. So my note on that first drive was that was a variety pack type of drive there.
Ooh.
Because you got a little bit of everything, which kept the defense on their heels, which jacked them up for the rest of the first half. I love the way they came out and just threw almost everything at them.
Can I say something about variety packs? I don't know if it's just me, but does it not feel like variety packs will have slightly more of the worst option?
Yeah, they do. They give you like 6 or something you don't like.
Yeah,
well,
but let's say it's like plain Lay's or Doritos and Cheetos.
I'm a fan of plain Lay's,
sure,
though.
but if I have to choose, if I'm buying a variety pack with Doritos, Cheetos, plain Lay's, and I don't know, throw it like sour cream and onion, I definitely want an equal portion. I do not want 60% plain Lay's.
Hey.
I'm just saying.
I don't mind the plain Lay's.
They only give you 2 packs of Doritos like on purpose.
Nah, they give you more than 2. They know those are fire.
Sure, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're really stingy with it. In this case, everything was working out for Seattle. You're right, it was a very nice distribution, an even distribution. I would argue 4 fantastic flavors, which are the best kind of variety packs you can find. Next up, I want to stick with Torrey Horton for my first one. I just specifically looked at, and I know you talked about it for plays of the game, but I want to get back to that 25-yard touchdown, and I want to start with the very beginning of it. And the broadcast mentioned it. This isn't like a unique opinion, but beating his guy right off the line of scrimmage, immediately getting leverage, and on the broadcast they were like, that's gone. It's already done. But I just think it was a cool move in general, and just I always maybe incorrectly associate like a really good release with like something you kind of maybe develop over time and pick up. So I guess it was encouraging to see it from a rookie, but you know way more than I do, Bump. When it comes to this play in particular, it's a 3rd and 8, so already great that they're converting a 3rd down. Horton's movement, the way he got there, the play itself for that 25-yard touchdown.
What about it?
Just what'd you make of it from start to finish? Not just like, you know,
I
positioning
think
himself.
they went into this game knowing they were going to see man. And Horton, here's the thing, Horton would have been a 2nd-round pick if he didn't blow his knee out.
Mm-hmm.
I think people look at that 5th-round pick and say, oh my God, I can't believe this rookie 5th-round pick is doing this.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
This is what he does. He's a good route runner. But the key with man is that you can't allow the defense to get their hands on you. And it seemed like that was what messed the Commanders up, is that they were playing man, they were aggressive, but they weren't even trying to get their hands on the receivers. If you want to jack up a receiver, his release, you get hands on him. You make him have to fight and be physical. But they were pressed, but not really putting hands on him. So they have to respect any move that you make. And I think Horton did a good job of not doing too much. There's a release that JSN has where they go to Arroyo, to where, I mean, he slides outside, fakes inside, boom, goes back out. And he has the confidence and the timing to do that. A guy like Horton, you just get open right now, right? You're still developing as a receiver.
Mm-hmm.
So he wasted no time. He was efficient, and everything was linear and precise.
All right, next step. What you got?
All right, what caught my ojos, it's simple, man. It's Sam Darnold's composure and his eyes. If you have a game replay or anything like that, watch the All-22, the end zone copy, to where you're looking behind Sam Darnold, and just watch his eyes and his feet. Right, he's going from 1 to 2 to 3 to high to low. He's holding safeties. He knows, I want to go over here. This safety's cheating the JSN side. The first thing I'm going to do is look to JSN side to hold him there, knowing I got a one-on-one on the backside. It's just his feet match his eyes. And what that means is that he's ready to pull the trigger whenever he sees fit. If his eyes don't match his feet and vice versa, then that's where the football gets away from you. It sails on you a little bit, and turnovers happen. I know he did turn the football over, but it wasn't because his feet wasn't matching his eyes. He just threw a bad throw going to the left, trying to throw it to the right. But everything's connected with Sam right now.
Very real question. Do you think Sam Darnold is not and has not faced the narrative that Jared Goff did about like, oh, he's dumb. But do you think that he doesn't get enough credit for being smart? Like that he's not seen as an overall smart, really cerebral player?
I think QBs who get that tag on them that they're really smart are less physically talented, right? Because you look at, no one talks about Pat Mahomes being smart. No one talks about Josh Allen being smart, Lamar Jackson being smart. It's always a guy who you think shouldn't be here, yet he's balling. So like a Brock Purdy, I people say that he's
a late
smart.
round pick.
Yeah. So you look at Sam Darnold, he's like, no, I don't think he deserves any of that. I think he's doing what he's supposed to do.
Maybe it's like that California label.
That's
you know,
what
those
it is.
California
And it's the look on
guys.
his face, like it's blank. You know, he don't give you.
Because he's thinking so hard.
He's just like, whatever.
He's chill.
Let's just go do this.
I was thinking about that last night, where I was like, in general, with just the surprise that people had about Darnold, I get it in 2024. In 2025, I'm like, he's been pretty solid for a year and a half now. But then I wondered, like, okay, well, where does that come from? Does it come just from being a bust with the Jets, or does it come from something else? Does it come from assumptions made about other things?
Who's the smartest quarterback of all time?
I think people would say Brady.
Why?
Because
he
he's
did a lot with a little.
Yeah, not
Peyton
undersized,
Manning
but 6'1".
did a lot with a little, you know?
But Peyton Manning, did he do a lot with a little?
That dude is not physically.
He's got a big arm. He's a tall guy. Peyton Manning, number one overall.
Physically, he throws one of the worst footballs known to man. Wobbly, not a tight spiral. He's just so smart. He knows. Watch his highlights. 7 out of 10 times that football is wobbly. Drop it like wobbly, drop it like
end of Denver for sure.
Watch.
Ducks.
I'm not making this up.
Okay.
This is a well-known fact across the league. He does not throw a pretty football.
Next up. What caught my eye, because I am just always online, was, of course, a tweet from Greg Olsen. I know a lot of you guys saw this one, but I'll read it. He said, "Can we all agree on one thing? Seattle's not a good rushing team. They're a heavy personnel passing team. If defenses are striving to stop the run, they're mistaken." Mike Macdonald was then asked about that tweet this morning with Brock and Salk and said this.
Well, I'm sure he means that we like to throw it, when we out of all of our personnel groups, and we live in all the personnel groups. 11 is the prevailing personnel group throughout the league. 12 is becoming more popular. We run 12 personnel, we run 13 personnel, we run 12 personnel. 22. We get into what we call pony, which is 2 backs. We try to have a diverse personnel package that we can deploy at any given point in time, and I think we can throw it at all those groups, which is great. You can run and throw it. Some teams just put certain groups in the game, and you can anticipate what's about to happen. And I feel like we have kind of a complementary, to keep using that word, just set of plays that we can get to based on who's in the game.
I am of 2 beliefs here, and they're not conflicting. Number 1, it is my personal opinion. I have no evidence. It is my personal opinion that Greg Olsen doesn't love the Seahawks, and I don't know why. It's not like he's got a lifelong vendetta against them, but he always seems to just have a tiny bit of critique reserved for Seattle. I don't know if it's your career kind of ended there. We talked about what's behind that? Maybe you had a horrible experience. The version of the Seahawks you were with were really frustrating, so maybe that left a poor taste. Bad play calling, sure. But just one of my opinions is that I'm always the messenger matters just as much as the message. Secondly, I also don't think he's wrong. I also think what he's saying is true.
No, he's not wrong. It's just the delivery and who it's coming from. It's almost like you want to ignore everything else that's happening, but focus on this one piece of the game that isn't what Macdonald would actually want it to be as far as its success rate, but yet it's setting everything else up. I used to play golf at Bellevue Municipal Golf Course. Little Korean lady I used to play with all the time. Little Korean lady, 150 yards. I'll drive her by 100 yards, 150 yards, and she whooped my butt. You know why? Because she's always setting up the next shot. She's just consistent. I'm going to set it up. I'm going to set it up. That's what the Seahawks are. The run game is not going to be a 300-yard bomb down the fairway. It's going to be the little Korean homie, 150 yards down the fairway. But you know what? I'm safe. Everything else is set up. Now I can just play my game. And I think it's because the narrative going into the season was that we're going to be a run-first team. We're going to run the football. So when you put that out there and your numbers don't reflect that, then it's going to be easy for someone to say, they're not a good running team. Nah, when it comes to numbers-wise, no. But the effect on the defense, that 12 personnel, that 22, and you got to pack that box and respect it when Sam Darnold turns around and you see the back of his numbers. That's where it's all working for him. He's right, and he's right, but it feels like a backhanded kind of compliment.
It absolutely does. But what do you make of the implication then of him saying, I don't know why defenses... What he's implying is that defenses are kind of defending the wrong thing, that they're giving Seattle more opportunities with the pass because they have to respect the heavy personnel that they're using. So it sounds like what he's saying a little bit, what's gone unsaid, is to call Seattle's bluff. To not load those boxes and to instead be like, you want to run? Yeah, go ahead. See how that works for you.
I dare someone not to load that box. And when they come out in 12.
I feel like that's what he and what
22.
Benjamin Solak and a couple of different guys have implied is Seattle is making it look as though, and they're running a lot. They have a lot of carries, but they can't get after it like that is what they're implying.
They rushed the ball 24 times. They threw the ball 24 times. That's as balanced as it gets.
Oh, they are 50-50.
Someone's going to try it. They're going to come out in 12 personnel one day, 20 12 personnel one day, and someone is not going to commit an extra defender, and the run game is going to get going. A defensive coordinator, it just doesn't make sense to them to not match what they're doing. It doesn't.
I get
Schematically, theoretically, it doesn't make sense. So someone try it, please, because I want to see.
I hope someone does try it because I have Ken Walker and unfortunately could use some more goal line situations with him. I need to have a separate conversation with Mike Macdonald about how my team, Lil Champs, is struggling right now. Just kidding. I only have one loss. I am a champ. I'm a big champ. No, I will stand 10 toes down that a part of me will always believe that Greg Olsen, there is something a little personal there. I don't care what anyone else says. I can sense it. There is something here that's a little shady, but also look.
He's good at his job.
He's good at his job. He knows ball, and there. I would be lying if I was saying I wasn't sometimes thinking the same thing about, not specifically, he has a great observation, but specifically about like, man, if the run game could get going, they could just be absolutely unreal. Okay, what's next?
What caught mis ojos? Tyrese Knight. He had an opportunity yesterday. This is a guy who ended the season 8 games in a row. He's the starter. We're excited for him. We found the counterpart to Ernest Jones. Something happens early in the season. Drake Thomas starts getting more reps and more reps and more reps. So Ernest Jones goes out last night, and Tyrese Knight comes in and leads the team in tackles and has a TFL. I mean, that's staying ready so you ain't got to get ready. And I'm happy for Tyrese Knight. And he might have more opportunity here. Who knows how severe the Ernest Jones injury is? What are they going to do at the trade deadline? Are they going to address the linebacker spot? Whatever it may be, guys like Tyrese Knight, Drake Thomas, Ty Okada, Josh Jobe are the get-ready squad or stay-ready squad. I remember growing up, I used this analogy last night on our show. Back in the day when we used to wear baggy pants and stuff, right? We always had basketball shorts on under our jeans in case we were going to hoop.
You got to stay ready.
You never, we used to travel after school, go to the store or whatnot, do our thing. We always had shorts on in case we were ready to hoop. That's that squad. They're the shorts under the jeans squad. They are ready to play whenever it may be. And I think the Hawks do a good job of developing these guys and keeping them engaged. You don't just come off the bench and play decent football if you're not engaged in the game plan, if you're not locked in, if you're not paying attention with tendencies or whatnot. You must prepare as if you are a starter. And it seems like, I'm sure this is happening with another team across the league, but I don't cover them. But with the Seahawks, these guys stay ready.
So you guys would just like drop your jeans when you would go like play with friends. They'd be like, let's hoop. And you'd be like, all right, let's do this.
That's right.
You didn't ever feel weird just taking your jeans off?
No.
No, because you have basketball shorts.
Right, but like that's just the action of doing it is kind of weird.
No, Stacy.
It's only weird if you make it weird.
Okay.
Oh.
Hooper. I want to get to one more
and
quick one.
Mixtape.
What caught my eye? Last one is going to be really dumb, but I have a bigger point to get to. When I say what caught my eye, I mean you're going to be like, wait, what? What does that have to do with anything? I appreciate that the assistant coaches, sideline coaches, medical staff, that the throwbacks have Seahawks and just the plain print on the back, that's also very vintage looking. It's just Seahawks and like what looks like,
the apparel they're wearing,
Arial font.
Yeah,
that everything about it is throwback. And here's why that matters for what caught my eye. Make the throwbacks the regular uniform. I am telling you that if the throwbacks were the standard Seahawks uniform, this team would win a Super Bowl. This team would win a Super Bowl. That's my last what caught my eye. I have to be very clear about that. Make the throwbacks the regular unis because everything about them is so thought out. Like that little thing about like, oh, look at that little detail with like the training staff and the medical guys on the sideline. That's kind of cool. Make it the standard. Make it the standard. Everyone likes it. Every single time that there are people that like don't keep a close eye on it, like national people, they're always like, man, these are clean.
Yeah.
These look good. These are the best throwbacks in the league. Yeah, and they'll bring you a Super Bowl. I'm telling you, if you build it, they will play ball.
You build it, they will come.
Yes, that's what's going to happen with the Lombardi Trophy.
They will play ball.
I've always said that.
They will wear it.
God, I really need to be better about sports movies. Let's get to headline rewrites.
Extra, read all about it.
Headline rewrites.
We must make headlines.
The real story behind the headlines in today's news with Bump and Stacy.
Headline number 1, the Dodgers are back-to-back World Series champions after surviving one of the all-time great Game 7s in baseball history. What's the real headline?
The least surprising end to the season actually ended up being quite a thrilling ride.
It's weird because being obviously a Dodgers fan, growing up in LA, during this series was the first time I felt like the Dodgers were the underdog. Now, they weren't. I'm not saying they were, but the way that Toronto was playing, the confidence that they had, I mean, they were turning to every chance they got. They're celebrating. The atmosphere in Toronto was crazy. It felt like, man, it's going to take a great effort, and everything had to go right. Your 9-hitter hit a bomb. Your 9-hitter also saved the day, throwing it to home. Will Smith getting his foot down just in time. Will Smith, who's only hit 1 home run this whole postseason, goes yard. Yamamoto, who threw 5,000 pitches this year, is in the dugout. He ain't even in the bullpen. He's in the dugout chilling. And warms up, gets ready to go. It was dramatic. I mean, I'm looking at Dave Roberts when Rojas hit the home run. Even he's grabbing his head like, what the heck is going on? I can't believe this. Kiki making the play. Mookie making the play. The team batting average was garbage. The Blue Jays out-hit them. They weren't supposed to win this series.
I'm glad that you mentioned that, though. I'm glad that you mentioned that the team batting average was really horrible. It was just above 200. Was it 203, 204, something like that? That they nearly lost themselves this game, because I was getting into a debate with someone earlier, and I appreciate the debate. I just happen to disagree that the Dodgers are ruining baseball. The Dodgers are the reason there's going to be a lockout. Whether or not the Dodgers won, there's going to be a lockout. Like, I would bet money on there being a lockout. I really hope it doesn't happen, but that's because MLB has labor disputes that get in its own way more than any other league. And I think that's because the MLB Players Association, that the Players Union has more power than a lot of other players' unions. So I think that's just what ends up happening. But the Dodgers are not fundamentally what's wrong with baseball. Now, would I like to see more parity in baseball? Sure. But this also became the first World Series team to repeat as a World Series team since 99, 2000, 98, 99. Like, I'm sorry, but that is the longest time span, I think, of any of the 4 major leagues without repeat champions. So I know that there's this feeling of, oh, the Dodgers are going to win anyway. What does it matter? Just because we all could have predicted the Dodgers were to win the World Series does not mean that's the World Series that we ended up getting. We did not see the Dodgers sweep the Blue Jays. We did not see the Dodgers win this one handedly. We saw the Dodgers struggle. We saw the Blue Jays with bases loaded, one out in the bottom of the 9th, a chance to walk this off and win.
Get her done.
The Blue Jays lost this and gave it away just as much as the Dodgers ended up winning it. And that's not to say that the Dodgers didn't make great managerial moves and get this thing done, but like, the Blue Jays didn't lose because they aren't spending as much as the Dodgers. They lost because they made some boneheaded base running mistakes in 2 games that cost them. That's why they lost.
I know there's no salary cap in baseball, but no one was complaining when the Bulls won 3, the Lakers won 3, Warriors were dominating, Pat Mahomes dominating, Tom Brady dominating.
Right?
It's just, you throw the money in there. It is a factor. It does make your team better. I'm not ignoring that, but we've seen dynasties before, but in baseball, because the money's associated with it, that's what people lean on because they feel like it's not
Once
fair.
again, the Blue Jays took it, not just like through 7, into the 11th, and had many opportunities to win this. It is not money that made the Dodgers beat the Blue Jays. It is the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays were inches away, not because the Dodgers outspent them, but because their runner on third didn't get a bigger lead. That's a you thing. That's whatever your third base coach, your manager, telling them to play it a little safe there, whatever it is. That's a baseball decision that cost you, not a spending one. I'm done. I just had to rant about that. I don't think the Dodgers are ruining baseball. Do I get a feeling of unfairness? Sure, like everyone not spending as much does. There's envy in me that's very real, but
Yeah, I want a Bugatti.
yeah. I don't know, because sometimes I see those videos of people driving really fast cars, and they look almost like it's too fast. Like if you try to do a U-turn, you know what I'm saying?
She didn't play Need for Speed growing up, did she?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. But I did play The Sims, and so I'm not. I'm familiar with the idea of living lavishly.
Grand Theft Auto.
But no, I never played that one. I didn't play that one. That one didn't make it to my home. But
Get to my home.
But I'm just saying, like when you see those videos of people that try to do like a U-turn in a Lambo and they crash, it always looks like it's not a normal car.
Stacy took the video game ratings very seriously. Mommy,
Sorry.
this doesn't say E for everyone.
This is MA. I'm not playing that game.
MA for Madden. The headline number 2.
You guys play snowboard, kids?
Not at all. Headline number 2, the Huskies ranked number 24 after sitting out this week, while the Cougs, they lost 10-7 to doormat Oregon State. What's the real headline?
Turns out the Cougs sat this one out too.
Yeah, that was bad.
I could tell Bub was thinking.
Well said, Bub.
That was bad. Nah, I mean, look, you guys know me. I'm at home. I'm watching film. I don't have a life. I'm a father and I'm a sports guy. I'm watching film. I've done 3 Oregon State games this year with the CW. I've done a couple of WSU games as well. And me and my quarterback Alex Brink knew it. We're like, look, we're not sleeping on this team. Personnel-wise, they got a few more guys than we do. I think our coaching was just better. Their coaching was bad. Their schedule was tough too, man. They played Oregon, Houston, who's number 22, Texas Tech, who was a top 10 team at some point. They played a tougher schedule than the Cougs. So I was not surprised at this outcome. It still hurts, though, because the average fan is going to look at this and be like, oh, I told you the Cougs doing what Cougs do. Oregon State has personnel. They finally got a coach. Big ups Rob Akey, my defensive coordinator at Wazoo. Big ups Dogs, too, man. Dogs.
Thank you.
Big ups Dogs. I'm
we
happy
already
for
know
you
that
guys.
you love the Dogs.
You finally getting some respect, though. I'm a realist, so I'm not just going to act like the Dogs don't have a good football team.
Yeah, thank you.
Headline 3, a couple of Mariners notes from the weekend. Julio was not among the AL Gold Glove winners, and as expected, Mitch Garver's team option for 2026 not picked up. What's the real headline?
Neither of these two things are shocking, but only one is really disappointing. Yes, I would have loved to see Julio win a Gold Glove. I think he was the best center fielder in the American League. That being said, I do want to add a little point about Garver, which is I think that he's perfectly well suited to be a backup catcher, minus that cost.
Yeah. I'm more disappointed in just Julio. Someone doing some numbers and said, some baseball numbers that I have to look at the definition. It was better when the sun was shining on a Tuesday with a left shoe untied. That's why he got it. So be it. It's eyeball test for me. Sometimes I just look at the player itself and the way they move and the plays that they make. And I lean on that at times. I know it shouldn't be the full approach in baseball. I understand that, so I will take those stats into account. But Julio, it was an easy pick for me.
I want the Mariners to win a World Series, and then upon taking the trophy, both Cal and Julio say, this is because a year ago you guys didn't give us a Gold Glove.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Instead, you gave it to Dylan Dingler. Who had a heck of a year. there were lots of actually great catchers. There were fantastic choices there. But I hope that's what it ends up being. Is they're like, you could have given us a Gold Glove and you wouldn't have had to worry about this. But now we had to take over baseball.
This is your fault.
This is your fault. You did this. Taking a look around the NFL next.
The one and only Mark Schlereth. Every Monday at 4 during the NFL season with Wyman and Bob.
Sam Darnold, 12 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 1,700 yards, 68% completion percentage. Great stats. He's only been sacked 9 times.
I think he's been playing great. I'm a big fan. I'm a big Sam Darnold fan. What he's gone through to get to where he is right now, I think it's a really cool story.
On Seattle Sports, on YouTube, and the Seattle Sports app.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
More fiber and laxatives, eh? Who are you? I'm future you. Future me? Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Our doctor figured it out. It's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. And Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
The stock market's on fire. AI stocks are performing at all-time levels. We hope you, like many of our investors, have taken advantage of it. A famous man once said, buy low, sell high. There's also $8 trillion of cash sitting on the sidelines. Investors are either scared or they don't know where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares profit with our investors. We've been doing it for 19 years, averaging double-digit returns with zero investor losses. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital and invest in our family of funds. From a 3-year investment with double-digit returns to only a 90-day commitment returning 7%. We also accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at LegacyG.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at LegacyG.com.
What's your holiday tradition? It's G. Scott here. For me, it's gathering with loved ones around a meal that brings joy. For many families, that tradition feels out of reach. Next time you shop at Safeway, please donate to Nourishing Neighbors. Your gift provides groceries to families across Washington, giving them access to nutritious food and the dignity to shop like the rest of us and choose what's meaningful for their holiday table. Visit nourishingneighbors.com and donate at your Safeway checkout. That's nourishingneighbors.com.
This is the home of the Seahawks.
Going to let one fly deep. Got a man out there. Ball is caught down at the 10-yard line, and it's JSN.
Seattle Sports.
Nobody hooks you up like Popeyes. The Big Box is the reward that keeps on rewarding. Crack it open, and you're greeted by 2 pieces of crispy signature chicken. Or if you want, 3 tenders, nestled in there with the 2 sides speaking to you most in this moment. You got that biscuit, and what are you waiting for? Dig right on in. That's feast mode activated, and you're in big box business for $6. Love that chicken from Popeyes. At participating U.S. restaurants, price may vary, tax extra.
You never get a second chance to make a first impression. Superior Linen Service, 98 years providing logoed apparel, uniforms, floor mats, linens, and more. Give us a call. We answer the phone. Superior Linen Service. Visit suplinen.com.
Selling cars is a really easy business. It's complicated by really bad dealers. And why do we do that? Well, because we think that the less information we give and the more that we can dictate it on our terms, the more profitable we'll be. And what we found is that this is the exact opposite. The easier we make it, the more information we give, the more comfortable customers are in doing business with us. Now, that one transaction, we might make a little bit less on, but it's not the one. It's that one that leads to the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth. It's not the one individual. He's like, but you never get to the spouse, the parents, the kids, the friends, if you don't take care of them first.
It's not a script. It's a belief. The LJ Way is the Lee Johnson Auto family.
Luxury has arrived at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Mike Salk here, and it's now open. Hawks Peak, the place to be for game days this football season with over 66 TVs indoor and outdoor. Go to snocasino.com. Seattle's closest is Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump and Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Taking a look around the NFL, what a wild week 9 we had, which is great after way too many blowouts in week 8. Kind of a boring week 8, but that's okay. We'll take it. Week
Football's
9.
never boring, Stacy.
Okay, you're right. No, football never boring. Never boring. I will just say that some football is better than other games. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And this was one of those weekends. The Bears and Bengals had the wildest of them all. A crazy finish on Sunday. Caleb Williams' 58-yard touchdown to Colston Loveland to clinch a 47-42 win.
Williams slings it. Williams! Loveland bangs off his man! He's going to score! Home!
If you were curious about how the Bengals fare against opposing tight ends. By the way, the answer is horribly.
Really bad.
Heading into this game, so this is prior to Loveland getting that touchdown, they had given up 10 touchdowns to opposing tight ends, 4 more than the next closest team.
Yeah, that means they have an issue with the safety or with the big nickel. They just can't cover those guys. But, let's make this more about Caleb. All right, Caleb Williams is putting together a decent season, 3 touchdowns the other day. You got Kyle Montague, I believe that's how you say his name. Who is that? You know who that is? Exactly. 176 yards rushing yesterday. I don't know what the heck is going on. But, man, the Bengals are in a downward spiral. They had a players-only meeting. Those fix everything, right?
Well,
players-only meeting.
Players-only meetings are always a bad sign. The second you have your first players-only meeting, I'd be like holding off on having one out of stubbornness with like, guys, I don't care if we're 1-7. The second we have a players-only meeting, this season is over. We simply can't have one. But there was a very public players meeting. Bengals running back Chase Brown didn't hold back when it came to his team's defensive effort. Again, coming from an offensive player. This is a running back talking about it.
Just don't turn on each other. Like we know how they can play. They played really well at the start of the season. Like they did, and they were carrying us on their back. So, now that we're stepping up, I think we just got to play complementary football. Like we put the ball in the end zone and go up a point at the end, finish the game. Like just end it. Like that's it. Like that's what we need to do. Just end the game. Like make them get us the ball back. Let us go to 22 victory and let's end the game. That's how I feel. We've taken steps forward. So offensively, so that's good. We're trying to control what we can control, and we're going to keep doing what we can do. And, Flacco fought like a warrior today with, the way his shoulder was. Like, things aren't going to be perfect, but, we made things work on our end. And, we made mistakes. We learned from them, but we just kept on fighting. And at the end of the day, you got to go to the very end.
You know what? Flacco did fight like a warrior. That's facts. That really did happen. I was absolutely blown away by what the Bengals were able to do offensively. I am loving Chase Brown, starting with, you don't want to turn on each other. They supported us when we were down. You just got to, stay calm, stay collected. I don't know, finish the game. Why don't you finish the game? Stop them. What are you doing? You can hear him slowly losing it. The Bengals are giving up 426 yards per game on average. This is not last night. They gave up 491. This is on average. Defensive players, but it turns out that your DC was not your sole problem, and that personnel actually is very much a clear issue. This is not just injuries. This is not like a Commanders thing where you're going, oh, they're short 3 really important starters right now. Yeah. This is a defense that knew it had major problems heading into the year and is looking like a defense with major problems.
This is your squad.
Mm-hmm. Another catastrophic injury to an NFC playoff hopeful. The Green Bay Packers will be without star tight end Tucker Kraft for the rest of the season. I know, after he tore his ACL and Green Bay's lost to Carolina.
And just the week before, he went ham sandwich, man. This is just 7 for 143 and 2 touchdowns the week before. This is football, man. It's inevitable. You're gonna lose somebody at some point that's important to your team. This team went from being NFC favorites to I don't know what's going on, and it's partly because of health. So good luck to that young man. But big ups to the Panthers. Isaiah Stanback told us, he said, watch the Panthers. They're going to be a team to beat. So now Green Bay has to go to Philly, or Philly's coming to them, and they got to take them on. So good luck.
How about this stat from Curtis from the weekend? Only 3 games on Sunday were won by multiple scores, and all 3 of those were by NFC West teams, Rams, Seahawks, and 49ers. Kyle Shanahan was asked about their starting quarterback situation going forward with Mac Jones playing at such a high level.
We'll reassess it the same way we did this week. Wasn't that close to doing it. I considered it throughout the week, but I just want to make sure he gets 100% better and don't put him out there too early. Thought about it as a possible backup or emergency, but I think the more time we give him, the better.
Does that uncertainty every week where you guys say maybe he'll play, maybe he won't, do you see that affect Mac's preparation at all?
No, nothing changes Mac in that way. And, we're trying to ease Brock out there into practice stuff. But, anytime you're dealing with this turf toe, it's something that probably won't fully go away all year. Regardless of when he comes back, he's going to always have to deal with it a little bit, and especially if the people you talk to have gone through turf toe. So it's really about just assessing when's the best time to come back that you have to deal with it the least. And it's a little bit of a tricky decision.
Is there a possibility that he'll need surgery after the season?
Not that I've been told.
The 49ers beat the Giants 34-24. Mac Jones' final line, 19 of 24, 235, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Yeah, Mac Jones is, he just extended his career 8 more years this year alone. And because he's shown that he can prepare and keep your team competitive. And what we've learned with the 49ers is you don't have to be the most talented quarterback, even though Mac Jones he was a top 10 pick, right? Mm-hmm. But physically,
10, 12?
You don't
he was
have
around
to.
there.
Yeah, he was first round.
Yeah.
But you don't have to be physically the most talented guy. You pick up this playbook, you do what you're told, and you can have success. Shanahan is a heck of a coach, man. Keeping this team afloat. They're 6-3. They've lost their quarterback, Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, receiver a time or two. They just keep surviving, man. It's impressive.
Curtis, it's driving me crazy. Mac Jones, 15.
Yep.
It's like I know that Fields and Jones were both taken a little later than I remember them being taken. Like my mind has kind of warped it, but I can't remember which was 10 or 12 and which was later.
Yeah, Mac Jones, 15.
Okay, and then
Fields was like 11.
Fields
right?
was like 10, 11, 12, around there. Again, in my mind, both were drafted sooner, but then they were both actually later. I'm moving on. The Lions were upset at home by J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings. How about J.J. McCarthy in this one? Not like a crazy stat line, but looked perfectly fine out there. The Vikings getting it done. Dan Campbell was asked about his team's offensive struggles in their first year without Ben Johnson.
I don't know if concern's the right word, but we got to clean it up. We got to find the right balance there to help us convert. We probably got to do a couple of things a little different, and we were doing a few things different, but we may need to change up in some areas, but look, offense, it takes all 11. It does. And, one guy can kill you, and that's kind of what's going on right now. It's really killing us, and then it puts us in a bad way, and it kind of affects everybody around them, and then we can't get out of it. And that's the other thing is when something bad happens, normally we can get out of some of those. Man, we make a play at the right time that gets us going. Man, we get the next first down. And we're just not, first of all, the fact that we had 17 third down, that's crazy. It's a high amount of third down. We need to be, our first and second down efficiency's got to be better. I'd start there.
Yeah, and they converted just 5 of those 17, 29%. That is simply not good enough. Bump, the story of this one really was the run game, though. It was just a one-dimensional Lions team. They ended up they ended up with more total net yards, 305, than the Vikings, 258, but just 65 of those on the ground.
I'm going to do what the text Lions do to us all the time. I told you the Lions were the best team in the NFC.
Wow!
I told you. Because as soon as Darryl Oskey said they might be the best team, you looked at me like, told you, Bump. Told you.
Because I said, you said the Packers were the best, and I said, I don't know, man. I think it's the Lions.
I said the Eagles. I said the Eagles.
Yeah. I said, I don't know, man. I think I'd have the Lions right now.
No, it's week by week. I just got to poke at you a little bit.
That's fair. That is fair. That's fair. We want to send one of you and 3 friends to watch the Seahawks game on November 9th against the Cardinals. All you need to do is open the Seattle Sports app and click the Win tab to find out how. If you don't already have the app, text the word app to 866-979-3776. We'll send you a link to download. Enter daily to increase your chance to win. This contest runs through today. A trade deadline check-in coming your way next.
Get inside the huddle.
The handoff inside. It's Charbonnet. He's going to go. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Taking you inside the VMAC every week, Thursdays noon to 2.
Our guys show up to play.
Player interviews.
It's obviously been paying off. Just going to continue to do that.
Previewing this week's matchup.
We'll say they come out and just run the ball down the Niners' throats.
And everything Seahawks.
If anybody had a doubt, don't.
The Huddle, every Thursday at noon, exclusively on the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
When I was playing ball, November was always such a pivotal time because that's when you truly see whether your team is a contender or a pretender. Many teams enter the month with a chance to win a championship, and what they do in these next 4 weeks makes all the difference. Michael Buff is here, and even though my playing days are over, November can still mean big wins at Silver Reef Casino Hotel. All you have to do is claim your free entry at any promo kiosk. Every Saturday in November at Silver Reef, 2 winners are drawn every hour starting at 6 p.m. to score huge prizes. Someone is winning a Hawaiian vacation, an awesome outdoor grill, or $10,000 cash. So here's what you need to do this weekend. Book a stay at Silver Reef Casino Hotel, watch college football games on Saturday, and stick around to see if you walk away with any of these big-time prizes or cash money. Entry is free. More information at silverreefcasino.com/promotions. Book your stay at Silver Reef Casino Hotel, drive up I-5 exit 260.
Lowe's knows pros want more. Join My Lowe's Pro Rewards for free to get $20 off your first qualifying purchase of $100 or more just for signing up. Plus, enjoy free standard shipping and more ways to save on your next job. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer valid for new members only. Not valid with any other discount. Free standard shipping not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowe's.com/pro-loyalty for details. Subject to change.
Dave Wyman here, and we've been fortunate to hear from 2 Swedish CyberKnife patients this year, Andy Ryder and Tim Hunter. Both heard about CyberKnife from our radio ads and completed successful treatment, raving about their experiences. Tim was impressed that treatment only took 5 days. Andy hosted a large international delegation the week after his treatment. If you, a friend, or a family member is diagnosed with prostate cancer, consider treatment with Swedish CyberKnife here in Seattle. Go to swedish.org/cyberknifeprostate.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI agent can be set up in minutes to answer calls and questions 24/7, so you never miss a customer, lead, or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Seattle Sports has your chance to win 4 tickets to the Seahawks game, Sunday, November 9th. Head to the Seattle Sports app, click the Win tab in the bottom right corner, and enter to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter through the Seattle Sports app, the better your odds. Do it every day, October 28th through November 3rd. Details and rules at seattlesport.com/win. From the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
Want more Seahawks content? Join me, G. Scott, on The Reset. New episodes of the podcast every Monday and Thursday on YouTube or on the Seattle Sports app.
Stacy Rost here from Seattle Sports. Ladies and gentlemen, this is for you too. Stubborn fat is really hard to get rid of. And then there's all those gimmicky lasers, fat freezing methods, prescriptions. But imagine a simple solution that takes just 1 day and provides immediate, noticeable results. Introducing ProSculpt. ProSculpt uses air-assisted technology that's safe and gentle, yet powerful, delivering instant fat-reducing and skin-tightening results. Performed by board-certified plastic surgeons while fully awake, ProSculpt contours your body with minimal downtime. It's designed to target problem areas: waistline, face, neck, arms, thighs. ProSculpt gently removes unwanted fat and tightens loose skin with FDA-cleared plasma technology, all in a simple, guaranteed 1-day procedure. ProSculpt is one and done. For your free consultation and $250 off, visit prosculpt.com for powerful permanent fat removal and skin tightening that works for ladies and you men It's prosculpt.com.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here. For my friends at People Come First or PCF Construction Group, are you tired of just grilling in the cold and rain every winter in the Northwest? Well, with a patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy your outdoor deck or patio all year long, staying warm and dry, even in the wintry months. And I have a special offer for you. PCF's Black Friday sale runs through November, and you can get up to 20% off your entire project, plus no payments and no interest until 2027. Most people don't consider building a deck in winter, but if you want yours ready by next spring and summer, then contact PCF right now to start planning. Spend the winter dreaming, designing, and approving your project so you're ready to build by the spring. Remember, planning and permits take time, so get started right now. Find all the offer details, get project ideas, and browse photos at pcfgroup.com or call 425-629-8476. That's 425-629-8476, pcfgroup.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Caleb Williams spotted with an iced matcha latte.
Really?
I feel like that checks out. It feels like a very California drink.
That's what I drink.
I know.
Put the protein in it now. Starbucks hooking it up.
The protein cold foam is actually, it's pretty solid.
You get like 39 grams of protein.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're taking your calls coming up in less than 15 minutes. It's a yes or no question, but I need you to commit. Okay?
All right.
Meaning this. Are the Seahawks a Super Bowl team right now is going to be your question.
Right now.
So when you call in, I don't want to hear, I mean, they could be. We'll see how the season goes. Nope. I'm going to hang up on you. If you don't think they are right now, why not? Maybe it's, I want them to be and they have the foundation, but they're not right now because I want to see more from the run. Or they're not right now because I'm worried about these injuries. Or maybe you watched last night's game and you're calling in and you're going, you know what? Yeah, this team can hang with anyone. I truly believe that right now. I'm not guaranteeing a Super Bowl, but right now, today, November 3rd, Seahawks are a Super Bowl team. So that's going to be your question. 866-979-3776. Don't make us hang up on you. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that person. You know what I mean? Matt does. Matt loves hanging up on people, don't you, Matt?
It really is one of the best parts of the job.
Matt wishes we still had those old school phones where you can really just slam the phone down on you.
Yeah. Now it's like the most you can do is if someone's on like a Zoom call, you can hear the boop. That's the worst it'll be. So just have a yes, no answer. Like figure out now over the next 10 minutes what your answer is. And I don't think there's a wrong answer. I'll say that. There's not like a wrong, like if you say yes, I think you're an idiot, or if you say no. But it's either yes or no.
With explanation, we need to
with an explanation.
Let's give these calls
with an explanation.
Some
that's
beef.
the thing. Like if it's I just need these few things, then you don't think they are right now, and that's okay. But I want to know. I want to know what you need.
Hi, my name's Robert from Sammamish. Yup. That's gonna be it. We need more than that.
I do need a little bit more because I have to fill a segment still, Robert. But I think that if we all approach it that way, and Bump and I will be doing the same. I don't even know for sure what my answer is to this yet. But if we all approach it that way, I think it just gets to a more fun segment where we figure out just fundamentally how we feel about this team right now. So that number is going to be 866-979-3776. I wanted to do a quick refresher on a trade deadline check-in. Adam Schefter on with the Pat McAfee Show just earlier today saying Seattle's absolutely a team to watch at the deadline.
Seattle is interesting. As my friend Brian Windhorst would say, something is going on in Seattle. Yep. Something is going on in Seattle. Seattle would be a team to watch.
I'll say this, Bump. If the Seahawks find a way to like maybe add a right guard or some competition at right guard, I should say, maybe to the defense where a good defense becomes even scarier. Yes. They are a Super Bowl team.
The way you said yes.
Yes.
Let me say this. All right, I've watched y'all 22 one time through so far. I'm Bump. I watch film. I got to watch it like 2 or 3 times before I'm like concrete on some stuff. I will say Anthony Bradford played a better game.
Okay.
He played a better game. Were there still some 75 moments? Yeah. But there were less.
Not 75 moments.
I mean, he's number 75.
I know. I'm just saying to call it 75 moments.
But he played a better game. Yeah.
Okay, Anthony, tip of the cap to you for that one then, because I don't understand, frankly, offensive line play in the same way as a former player. I'll be blunt about that. So I will take your word for it. That's fantastic to hear. I think, to me, adding at the deadline makes me significantly more confident, not because this isn't clearly a good team. I'm a little worried about Ernest Jones and how long he's going to be gone. John Schneider sounded very confident in Julian Love being able to return with the team, that this was something they did just, to be safe, to be cautious. So I feel good about where the defense could be in December.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get through the Rams.
Yeah.
You got a game against the Cardinals coming up.
Yeah.
So
everyone right now. You look at the NFC. You got the Eagles 6-2, Tampa 6-2, Hawks 6-2, Green Bay, Rams, Niners. And the other side, you got the Colts, who just lost a game this weekend. The Patriots, who are balling right now. Denver has a defense. Pittsburgh still hanging around. They got some comp coming up with Lamar. Everyone still got stuff to prove. There's no one right now. I mean, I still think the Eagles are the best team in the conference, but and the AFC is a bit more confusing than the NFC to me. I think, are the Colts for real? The Patriots on a run, but can their defense hold up? The Broncos is Bo Nix. Like, every team still has some things to prove. That's why power rankings come out every week. They don't come out every couple of weeks. It's every week because injuries happen. You're influenced by the way they look on film. Is the defense balling? What about specials? Is the offense doing their thing? Quarterback play. Every week things change in the NFL because it's so violent and people get hurt and schemes get tweaked a little bit.
I will say that, I think the most complete team, the team that has looked the best and most complete through 8 weeks, 9 weeks now, has been the Colts. That's not a unique opinion, but if you're actually watching their games, they're good defensively. They're great offensively. And within their own offense, they've got lots of weapons. It's not just just Jonathan Taylor running. It's no, Daniel Jones. They've got an explosive pass game. They've got great protection for him. There's lots of good stuff there. They look like a Super Bowl team. Any other team you point to, you're going to find some kind of flaw that you'd like to fix. But I think that people would still go, oh, the Chiefs, they've been there before. Well, the Chiefs are flawed. They got to figure some stuff out. You know what I mean? The Rams, okay, they're a little top-heavy. Looks like Puka Nacua just got hurt again. I don't think it's as serious as his last injury was, but any team you would point to has some flaws. Are Seattle's harder to overcome is kind of the challenge here with this question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they are.
Nah, I think every team has their flaw. You look at the Philadelphia Eagles. That O-line ain't what it used to be. That run game ain't hitting like it used to. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Mike Evans is out. Emeka can't stay healthy. The Seattle Seahawks. What's going on with the offensive line? Can you get the run game going? What about the safety spot? Green Bay Packers. No more Tucker. Who's going to be your big play? The receivers, still no one has really emerged to be that guy. The Rams, less questions over there, though. I look at them and be like, dang.
Yes. One last thing I'll say before we get to your callers segments. The Seahawks haven't been to the NFC Championship since the 2015 calendar year, since the 2014 season. There have been seasons since where I felt like they're very complete or a good team and they should be back, and they didn't, and that just happens. But this is one of those seasons where I felt like they're a pretty complete team and should be back, and that should be really exciting. This should be fun. This is going to be a fun segment. This is going to be a fun day. This is a fun team to cover right now. Are the Seahawks a Super Bowl team?
Say it with your chest.
Are they a Super Bowl team right now? 866-979-3776. And you're saying it as in they can hang with anyone. And here's the thing. If your answer is no, that's also okay. But we're very curious as to hey, no, because here's what I want to see from them. Here's kind of my lingering question that I have. Here's my concern. Here's my fear. Here's the thing that's just, grinding my gears when it comes to this team. 866-979-3776. Are the Seahawks a Super Bowl team right now? Call now.
The Mike Macdonald Show, the morning after every Seahawks game at 9:30 with Brock and Salk.
After the game, you called it a great win. What made it a great win?
Our vision of all three phases playing together, playing complementary football. I love how our guys are preparing, our mentality going into the games. When we took the lead, the guys weren't satisfied. They wanted to keep stacking scores and plays, and I was just really pleased with our mentality throughout the whole game.
Get the podcast on the Seattle Sports app and seattlesports.com.
I know a lot of you guys are listening from your phones right now, so it's the perfect time to give a shout out to my friends over at AT&T. The other guys will make claims saying this and that about how great their network is, and I'm just here to set the record straight that AT&T is America's fastest and most reliable wireless network. I don't know about you guys, but it just gives me so much peace of mind when I'm going to do the things I love, and I know my wireless network's got me. Like if I'm going to a concert or a basketball game or even something outdoorsy. Knowing I'm going to have fast service and can share what I'm up to is a game changer. You want to know you can post what you want to post, call who you want to call, and with AT&T, it literally doesn't matter where you're going. I promise you, they're already there. Don't just take it from me. Actual tests prove AT&T is America's fastest and most reliable wireless network. When you compare, there is no comparison. Based on RootMetrics' United States Root Score Report, 1H 2025 tested with best commercially available smartphones on 3 national mobile networks across all available network types. Your experiences may vary. RootMetrics rankings are not an endorsement of AT&T.
As a quarterback, you cannot run a winning play with a messy playbook. And most companies' data, well, it's a mess. AI is changing the game, but if your data is scattered, you're stuck on the sidelines. Brock Heward here, and this is where my friends at Marquee Data come in. They get your data in shape, clean, connected, ready to perform, so you can finally put AI to work for your business. Whether sales, finance, or operations, every smart move starts with the right data. So head to mydataqb.com to draw up your game-winning data play today. That's Marquee Data or mydataqb.com.
The rainy season's here, Seattle, and your roof can't wait. Schedule your free estimate at 3treeroofing.com and get $500 off today. Costly repairs and Band-Aid fixes won't hold up and just drain your pockets. Our technicians replace roofs year-round, backed by the strongest warranties. 3 Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
For the first time ever, enjoy 0% interest for 60 months with equal monthly payments, plus 15% off new windows and doors only from Lake Washington Windows. Voted the best in the Northwest for comfort, quality, and savings. Visit lakewashingtonwindows.com.
Between his hobbies and decades of work in a boatyard, Philip had put his body through a lot.
I'm an avid fly fisherman and an avid skier. It takes its toll.
Not to mention one other thing.
I had a near-fatal motorcycle accident. Absolutely obliterated my lower left leg again.
Philip couldn't live with the pain anymore, so he decided to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
Listening to all these radio spots, I said, what do I got to lose?
What was your experience like with Dr. Wagner?
What I was so impressed with Mark about is that how often you have a surgery like this, and the guy calls you the next day to see how you're doing. I can't say enough good things about the guy, honestly.
And how are you feeling now?
I have no pain, none. 0.
Wow. So would you recommend stem cell therapy to others?
I'm a fan, believe me. I'd recommend it to anybody.
Before you choose surgery, consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and, of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. we can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
The Seahawks blew out the Commanders 38-14 in Sunday Night Football. The only question following this one is about an injury to Ernest Jones. Mike Macdonald is scheduled to speak to reporters later today, so stay tuned to Wyman and Bob for a possible update there. It would be around 3 or 3:30. The Cowboys are hosting the Cardinals tonight for Monday Night Football. Some other injury updates from Week 9. An MRI confirmed that Packers tight end Tucker Kraft has a torn ACL. Meanwhile, Commanders were dealt more bad injury news. Jaden Daniels suffered a dislocated elbow and will have an MRI to determine how much time he could miss, while cornerback Marshawn Lattimore suffered a torn ACL.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time.
This hour is brought to you by Mazda of Everett.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. It's a Reaction Monday, powered by the Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. So how is last night's big win over the Commanders making you react when it comes to questioning whether the Seahawks are a Super Bowl team right now? That's your question. Bump and I taking your calls. Are the Seahawks a Super Bowl team right now? 866-979-3776. Let's start with Ross calling from California. Are the Seahawks a Super Bowl team right now?
Yes, 100%. I am all in this year. I feel like we're playing on all cylinders right now. I love the fact that we're 50-50 with the run pass. Our defense is on point right now. I have the same feeling that I did, back in 2012. And I don't know if this comp has been made, and I don't know if you guys would agree with this comp, but there's not one team in the NFL, well, I guess in the NFC, that's steamrolling through the league, just like this year's baseball season. There wasn't one team in the American League that really was steamrolling through everybody that said, yep, they're going to make the World Series.
Thanks for the call, Ross. Let's start with that point from Ross. I think he's right. With like a slight difference. I would say that the American League was seen as like Wild Wild West. Even the good teams are kind of bad. Whereas this year's NFC is Wild Wild West. It's anyone's games. Only the worst, like 3 or 4 teams are god awful. Yeah. Everyone else is really competitive. But Ross's overall point about, hey, it's kind of anyone's conference because there's not one team that's 8-0 right now and just absolutely unstoppable. The current defending champion Eagles are still flawed and have had some poor games.
Everybody got their flaws, man. I just talked about it before our break. Like Eagles, run game, Tampa Bay, weapons on the outside, Seahawks, some personnel issues, Green Bay personnel issues. Yeah, you got 1, 2, 3 teams at 6-2, 4 teams at 6-2, a team at 5-2, another team at 6-3. You're absolutely right. The bottom of the as I was listening to this caller and then listening to you, I looked at the bottom of the conference and I was like, that's where people can look and be like, they ain't beat nobody. Because the Commanders at the bottom, Cardinals at the bottom, Saints at the bottom. You got 3 wins against those guys. Sure. So that I'm devil's advocate. That's where people are going to kind of focus on. But then I'm like, well, let's go to the AFC. You beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? They're up there. You beat Jacksonville Jaguars. They're 5-3. So there's some quality ones there. And Houston is better than their record. I think their defense is one of the best defenses in the game. I know they are number 1 overall when we look at the numbers. So yeah, they're that's the great thing about sports debate, man. There's gonna be some kind of stat or angle to support your argument.
Yeah, and look, if you wanted to look at the bottom of the AFC and look at the 1-8 Titans. Well, you haven't had a chance to play them, but the Rams have. Mm-hmm. So, I think the Rams are a very, very good team this year. But the entirety of the NFC West has drawn a very fortunate schedule this year. These are all really talented teams who are also getting a chance to play some of the worst teams in the league, which has also probably led to why the top of the NFC West is just so dominant right now. Let's go to our next caller, Jake in Puyallup. Are the Seahawks a Super Bowl team right now?
Hey, I love the show. I want to say I appreciate you guys. I would say the Seahawks are a Super Bowl team based off what I saw last night. We have, with undoubtedly the best wide receiver in all of the NFL. Sam Darnold's looking like an MVP candidate. We have a great head coach. And the defense is just so physical, and I would say they're top 3 in the league right now. The way that everybody gets on the ball on the defense reminds me a lot of the Legion of Boom days. Everybody's just rushing the ball. I mean, that's why Josh Jobe got a concussion last night, I would say. But
thanks for the call, Jake.
Yeah.
He said, yes, you have a top defense. You got a great coach. You've got the league's top wide receiver. You've got a quarterback who's playing like an MVP candidate. Like, I'm having a hard time finding massive holes on your roster. Sure, there are things you'd like to improve, but, like, what are you missing that a clear Super Bowl team has?
And we still ain't seen J-Love out there with the homies. Still haven't seen him out there. Here's the thing. I am a bit concerned with the injuries now. With J-Love, obviously, with Ernest is the one that concerns me the most because he is the leader. He's the green dot. He gets everyone set up. It's different coming from Ernest Jones. He's emotional out there. He's a guy who brings the troops together on the sidelines, gets everybody focused. I think they can weather the storm for a bit without him, but to really make a run at this, he is essential to this defense. But at the D-line, you have one of the best D-lines in the game. I would say probably the best interior D lineman in the game in Leo right now. Second level with a healthy Ernest Jones. I think he's a top 10 linebacker in this game. And in the secondary, you got just it's a group project in the secondary, and everyone knows their role at this point.
Yeah.
So I like what they're seeing. I wouldn't mind adding one piece to that secondary.
Thank you for the call, Jake. So we have back-to-back callers saying yes. Will someone say no? Let's go to Marty in Bremerton. Marty, are the Seahawks a Super Bowl team right now?
I'm going to have to say no. And I'm sorry, I love the Seahawks, but you have to remember, I've been through the Sam Darnold thing before. He was kicking some ass in Minnesota, won almost wonderful regular season. And when the playoff time came around, he folded like a deck of cards. Until that guy could win a playoff game, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to say no. Sorry to burst your bubble, guys.
Thanks for the call, Marty.
Personal. It's all good, baby.
Marty had a take, man.
Marty said, I've been through this before. Back in 2024. You remember that? Sam Darnold got to the playoffs, but I get what he's saying.
There are people out there that completely agree with Marty.
Because I live like that too. Like, I want to see it.
Yeah.
I gotta see him do it before I am completely bought in that he can do it. I look at the way that he's playing and I say, all right, he's moving in the right direction. So I'm not mad at that. But I also think that he was dealing with a bunch of injuries with the Vikings last year. Offensive line play was bad. The defense was banged up as well. There are some things that contributed to that. But I'm not mad at anyone who wants to see it first before they believe it.
And to Marty's point, Sam Darnold has exactly one start in the playoffs. And Sam Darnold is exactly 0-1 in the playoffs.
He ain't done it yet.
866-979-3776, open line. Let's go to Mark in Port Orchard. Mark, are the Seahawks a Super Bowl team right now?
Sadly, even after what I saw yesterday, I'm going to have to say no.
Okay. What's making you say no? Well, like, what do you need to want to see?
Well, as I told the call screener, again, yesterday was wonderful. All phases of the game were clicking on 8 cylinders. The test is going to be first Arizona next week, and then I'm going to reserve my opportunity to change my mind if 2 weeks from now we can put the Rams one game behind us.
Fair.
Then I will change my mind.
Thank you for the call, Mark. Mark said, per my previous email, as I told Matt back there.
Yeah, why did I get to be put on blast for that?
Because Mark wanted to, because Mark just reserved the right. Mark said, fairly, look, I just want to see how they do against the Rams. If we're going to talk about how they look like a Super Bowl contender, well, Let's see. They beat the Texans, not a Super Bowl. I mean, we're back to Bump's point. Texans, not a Super Bowl contender. You beat the Saints, not a Super Bowl contender. You beat a banged-up you didn't beat a 49ers team. You beat the Cardinals, not a Super Bowl contender. It's exactly what you just said, and it's fair. It's completely fair.
You know what I just did? I just looked up UFC champions and contenders because I think you have to – what defines a contender? I think people think contenders mean that they are likely to win a Super Bowl. Contender means like you're hanging out, right? So just UFC, like they're lightweight, right? I don't know this young man's name, Ilya Tapria. Someone who is a UFC fan, go ahead and correct me and get me right. But he's the champ. They got contenders listed 1 through 15. Now, obviously, 15 is not likely to fight for this championship. But I would say, I know who Max Holloway is. I would say 1 through 4 are probably contenders. So let's narrow it down to 4 and per conference, right? So if we narrow it down to 4, just today as it stands today, I'm not talking about next week. I could look at the Hawks and say, no, they're out. Just like in fights, a fighter loses, he's out. He's no longer a contender. If you just look at the top 4, all right, you got record-wise, Philly, Tampa, Seattle, Green Bay. The one team that I would flip right now, maybe 2 teams that aren't in the top 4 that could be in the top 4, I would say are the Rams and the Lions. Other than that, so maybe the Hawks are 4th or 5th. So does the 4th or 5th team in the conference as it stands today make you a contender? I think people's definitions of contender is going to influence the way they look at this team.
I'll say it this way, because I was thinking of it like if the Super Bowl was tomorrow against one of the best teams. So this is how I'm looking at it.
Okay.
There are 3 7-win teams in the AFC, and I'll throw in the Bills as a 6-win team here as well because we all know that they're good. If this coming Sunday the Seahawks were to face in a game, let's pretend it's the Super Bowl, the Colts, the Patriots, the Broncos, the Bills, let's throw in the Chiefs just because they can be intimidating even though they don't have 6 wins. If they were going to face the Colts, Patriots, Broncos, Bills, Chiefs, some of the best teams in the
First
AFC
3 they
this
can
Sunday.
get these hands. First 3 can get these hands. Colts, Patriots, Broncos can get these hands. Bills and the Chiefs are different. And you know why they're different? Because they're that heavyweight who's lost the belt and regained it, lost the belt, regained it, been through some things. You're going to have to go all 12 rounds against them. Their pedigree is just different. So I think if we're talking Bills, Chiefs, I'm gonna put my hands up and say, you got me.
So then your answer would be, you know what, right now? I don't think so right now.
No, but right now, the Colts are the best team in the AFC, apparently.
I'm saying if the Super Bowl was this Sunday and you're taking on the Colts, who have won the AFC, they have the best record.
Them. Get these hands.
I don't know.
Yeah. You know why? Danny Dimes. The same reason why Marty was like, I don't know, Sam Darnold, I ain't seen it. We ain't seen it from Danny Dimes. We ain't seen it from Bo Nix. Who else is
I just know Marty was at home or work right now going, we haven't even seen it from Daniel Jones. Although Daniel Jones has won a playoff game.
Yeah, he has won a playoff game. But if I'm using Marty's method,
which was fair.
It is fair. Danny Dimes strikes no fear to me. Drake May strikes more fear to me than Danny Dimes.
Shame on you.
Bo Nix strikes more fear to me than Danny Dimes.
I would 10 times out of 10 rather see this team take on the Broncos than the Colts.
Right. Didn't Bo win a playoff game last year too, right? Didn't they win a game? Curtis?
Can't remember if the Broncos
did Broncos win a playoff game last year? I think they did.
Okay, let's go to our next caller here. I'm running out of time. Cindy in Lakewood. Cindy, are the Seahawks a Super Bowl team right now?
I would have to say no. I think we need to establish a better running game, more consistent. With Deuce back, I'd like to see more of that fullback blocking. Also, when we play the soft zone, it seems like they tear us apart. And Sam Darnold needs to be more consistent about not throwing those easy picks. And the last thing is we have to be more consistent winning at home.
Yeah, definitely agree with all of those for sure. The last one. Thank you, Cindy. I want to focus first on Cindy's first point. Cindy's first point is one bump that I would probably have too. Mm-hmm. If the Seahawks aren't a Super Bowl team right now, then what's keeping them from that? One of the first ones I would say is a more consistent run game. That the run game, I just don't count on it. I think like if you had Jackson, Smith, and Jigba dealing with a knee injury, he can't make that start. but Ken Walker and Zach Charbonnet are perfectly healthy, I'm not nearly as confident. Now, that would be the case for most teams. If one of your top players is down, you're going to feel less confident no matter what. So on the one hand, that's silly, but I say it because I have significantly more confidence in the pass game than I do in the run game. Why? What's going on there?
Because we're seeing it. We're seeing it in the pass game, right? All right, so while you were talking, I Googled worst season rush offense to win a Super Bowl. And the first team that popped up were the 2016 Broncos, but we all know how prolific that pass game was. Next was the 2001 Ravens, and then you have...
That offense was just awful.
And then you have the 1973 Dolphins. We didn't lose to nobody. And then you have the 1996 Cowboys.
Yeah.
There's no one...
Minus a year.
So after 16, everything else is long ago. 01, 73, 96, 74,
Even the calendar years for those Super Bowls.
70, 82, 09.
Yeah.
So that's a valid point. You gotta be efficient running the football if you want to give yourself a chance.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to be the absolute best run team in football, but you cannot be bad there. Like, there's a reason that football coaches, players will constantly talk about it. I know we all went through this phase, like as football consumers, where we were like, maybe running backs don't matter at all. And I could see the argument for why running the ball is less efficient and why running backs are less valuable. Like, for sure, there are cases that you could make, but like, there is also a very important reason that really successful head coaches are like, yo, you can't just abandon this.
Check this out.
Yes.
Who are the two coaches that are influencing offenses the most so far, like in the last 5-6 years?
Sean McVay,
Kyle
Shanahan.
And Shanahan. 2022, the Rams' run game was not very good, and they still won a Super Bowl. So that's the most recent example we've seen of a team not being great with the run and winning a Super Bowl. And we are essentially running a version of that offense.
I will say the run helped get them to a Super Bowl the first time around. And then Gurley did nothing. Gurley was also dealing with, if I remember correctly, a knee injury that I think was worse than people thought. Like, barely did much of anything in the Super Bowl. And then you also had Bill Belichick. There was this really cool story about basically changing the defensive plan like 2 nights before and then just stumping them. But I don't like those odds. I don't like the lack. There are 5 teams that you mentioned there, and I don't like the low number.
In 2022, the Rams are averaging 97 yards per game on the ground. This year, the Hawks are averaging 103. There's a way. It's not very likely.
They need to be better. Brian in North Bend, are the Seahawks a Super Bowl team right now?
Hey, Bumba States, how you doing? Hey, I think they are. I don't think they're a front runner, but I think they're definitely in the mix, and which is basically what you guys have been saying. I think, but I think they definitely have a shot at it. And then on a little bit different subject, Stacy, I think you're sleeping on the Broncos. They kind of scare me this year.
They're chaotic.
So yeah, but they're when they play good. I only watched them play once. But they looked really good. I hate to admit that, but yeah, I thought they looked pretty good. But
thanks for the call,
anyways,
Brian. Absolutely agree on the Broncos. They're a really good team. It's a good defense. TBD on Allen, who was hurt. So I don't know what happened there. I'll say about the Broncos, statistically, the Colts have been a much better offense and a more complete team. The Broncos play this kind of chaotic style where they have like, I should have kept Brian there so I could ask him about it. They have like several games this year where they've, quote, walked it off or like come from behind, and those kinds of teams. Like, when you see enough teams fight their way back, you're like, okay, there's something to this.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know if it's confidence.
It's that grit.
Yeah. No, I'll give them that. Let's go to Christian in the 206. Christian, are the Seahawks a Super Bowl team right now?
Oh, happy Victory Monday, loved ones. How we doing?
Good.
Great.
I got to vehemently disagree with the last couple of callers. We are definitely a contender. We top 5 in offense, defense, special teams, sending people home with to-go plates back to their mama house. And I'm going to just add this in, too, because we did talk about the Russian attack. That's a little bit questionable. Greatest show on turf, albeit I know that they got 3 Hall of Famers at those perimeter positions with the quarterback and the 2 receivers. Even the running back that wasn't doing that well that year with Falk. We can do this thing, man. That's okay. We still got time to develop that. We still got time to work in our schemes, maybe figure out that we're not that much of a running team, but figure out how to get the running backs the ball in that short area field and let them work with it a little bit more in our passing game. I just feel like we got too many ways to beat too many people. And Mike Macdonald and Clint Kubiak have got this thing dialed in, man. Rhythm is a hell of a thing, and they got it.
Thanks for the call, Christian. Bump, what do you think?
Christian just reminded me of the random times in my young 20s I was in the club and you start dancing with some random person and the rhythm is so on point. You guys are doing the same moves and you're filling in, the night's going good. That's what that offense feels like right now, is the rhythm is on point. So I still think I got to see some stuff, right? To me, I think they are conference championship contenders. So that means that they're not a lock to get to the conference championship, but if things go right, if the rhythm is still flowing and you're getting better in other places, you know, if you can dance to country, you can dance to hip hop, you can slow dance as well. You got to get all this stuff down. If you can be versatile in all those things, then you have a chance. But right now, I say conference championship contenders.
Mm-hmm. Which would be like a yes.
Nah, Super Bowl, nah.
Okay.
I'm saying like they could get to the conference championship.
Okay.
I'm not saying they're going. Right now, I'll say Philly's going to the conference championship.
Okay. 866-979-3776. Patrick calling from Nevada. Are the Seahawks a Super Bowl team right now?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to bring up a position group that you guys haven't brought up yet that is starkingly different from what I've seen in the past few years, and that's the pass pro offensive line. Wow. I mean, they were showing Darnold with not 1, not 2, but 3 reads with plenty of time. I haven't seen that. Have you guys seen that in years? Where a guy is able to pick apart defense?
Yeah.
That is a huge advantage. That makes them right there. You guys talk about rushing attack. I get it. I totally get that. I get the other people. I also hear the other person, Marty, talking about the, Sam Darnold's never won a playoff game. Okay. What if he wins the conference championship? We get a bye. I count that as a playoff win, and I think that's what's going to happen. But when you've got time to pick apart a defense with a guy with as much skill as Sam Darnold, I don't care who the receivers are. That's been proven. It's going to work, and that's been working, especially as of late. And our defense, you guys already mentioned it. Defense is just absolutely that front 4 is absolutely unbearable. They take everyone down. So I don't see an offense. I do see. I think you guys, Rams are the team we have to watch out for. They're our biggest contender. Yeah. I think Philly's right there behind him. And I think Detroit, if Detroit could get on track, but I mean, even Minnesota proved there's a lot of parity in the league this year. That's the number one reason why I called. There's so much parity in the league this year that it's not going to be something that we have to worry about. So, yeah. I definitely. I mean, even the analysts out there are saying, hey, this is a 3-phase team. Great offense, great defense, great special teams. What more do you need to be a Super Bowl team?
Thank you for the call, Patrick. Bump, I'm going to have you react to Patrick's points, and then we got a couple more callers. If you are on the line and can afford the time to do so, just hang tight. We're going to come back to this in less than 5 minutes. Right now, let's get to what's on tonight.
What's on tonight with Bump and Stacy, brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook at Muckleshoot. Now, here's what's on tonight.
It's Cowboys-Cardinals on Monday Night Football. Kickoff at 5:15 on ESPN and ABC. Back to your calls next.
Brock and Salk.
Brock, what a win yesterday, man.
Morning 6 to 10.
That was almost a perfect victory.
Nobody plays a perfect game. Nobody has even a perfect half. That was a perfect half.
Yeah, it was perfect.
He was 16 for 16, almost 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. Like, what are we doing here? What a statement to, why are they still not getting their respect, and why aren't they getting the attention? Well, you do that, and now it's the headlines everywhere.
Brock and Salk, morning 6 to 10, only on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports YouTube page.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit MuckleshootCasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot. This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver Card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI agent can be set up in minutes to answer calls and questions 24/7, so you never miss a customer, lead, or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Hey, Brock Heward here. For my friends at People Come First or PCF Construction Group, are you tired of just grilling in the cold and rain every winter in the Northwest? Well, with a patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy your outdoor deck or patio all year long, staying warm and dry, even in the wintry months. And I have a special offer for you. PCF's Black Friday sale runs through November, and you can get up to 20% off your entire project, plus no payments and no interest until 2027. Most people don't consider building a deck in winter, but if you want yours ready by next spring and summer, then contact PCF right now to start planning. Spend the winter dreaming, designing, and approving your project so you're ready to build by the spring. Remember, planning and permits take time, so get started right now. Find all the offer details, get project ideas, and browse photos at PCFgroup.com or call 425-629-8476. That's 425-629-8476, PCFgroup.com.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports. Touchdown! Seahawks! Ken Walker III! Get everything Seahawks at seattlesports.com.
The stock market's on fire. AI stocks are performing at all-time levels. We hope you, like many of our investors, have taken advantage of it. A famous man once said, buy low, sell high. There's also $8 trillion of cash sitting on the sidelines. Investors are either scared or they don't know where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rirucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares profit with our investors. We've been doing it for 19 years, averaging double-digit returns with 0 investor losses. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital and invest in our family of funds. From a 3-year investment with double-digit returns to only a 90-day commitment returning 7%. We also accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $3 $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at LegacyG.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at LegacyG.com.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. It's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
24 monthly bill credits on experience beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits ended. Balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel. Finance agreement. iPhone 17 Pro, 256 gigs, $1,099.99, and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1H2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
This hour is brought to you by Mazda of Everett.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Okay, I want to have you react to a little bit of what our last caller, Patrick, said. So why don't we do Patrick's point as part of like an overall summation of kind of what we learned. We'll run through our final three callers, circle back, talk about some points that are sticking with us, kind of what we think. So let's go to Mike in Langley. Mike, are the Seahawks a Super Bowl team right now?
No, they are not. And what I was going to say, even before Pat weighed in there, was the road to the postseason for the Hawks is always, it seems, the Rams. And the Rams and McVay own the Hawks. And as a matter of fact, McVay last year owned Sam Darnold in that playoff. They haven't proven anything, and for that matter, they haven't proven they can beat the Niners. I'm very happy to watch yesterday's game. Especially after the World Series and the AL Championship Series. The wind is in our sails, and it was really positive. But until you prove that you can beat McVay and the Rams, you haven't proven anything in my book.
Thanks for the call, Mike. Bump, other Mike. I think a lot of people.
When have you ever called me Mike?
No, I literally sometimes forget your name is Michael.
I think
most common.
Matt might call me Michael every now and then.
Once in a while.
One time when you were on remote and you weren't answering, I shouted Michael because I figured that would like.
I've never heard anyone call you Mike though.
Nah, it's my grandma.
Yeah.
My mom.
Mike in Langley makes the point that a lot of other callers did fairly, which is not only are you waiting to see them beat a contender, but that if the contender has also more frequently beaten you, there's a reason you're waiting to see it. It's not just because they have the same record. It's because they've had your number.
That's why it's up to this point, because that's what you have to do in football is there's a lot of like projecting going on. Like in baseball, you got back-to-back-to-back games. You can look at the series and say, okay, after this series, we've seen so much, right? We've seen this team go at it with this other team, and you're looking at what's going on across the league. You can go series by series, and football is game by game, and that's why kind of what we do is difficult and what the fans do is difficult is because everyone is going to look at the same team from different angles. Well, I'm at 30,000 feet, so I'm hovering at 1,000 feet. Like, there's so many different ways to view this team, and there's so many different ways to support your argument. Why do you think Stephen A. get paid so much money? Why do you think all those there's 100 TV shows arguing the same things, right? And you can get 50 different opinions. So I'm not mad at that opinion. I'm with it. You got to show that you can play against the Rams. That's why I think last week you were asking me like, why aren't they getting attention? And I said because they ain't done nothing. I said this game is the first signature game, and it was signature to me because you're on national television. You got Jaden Daniels coming back. Yes, we're all banged up and stuff, but you had to pass this test, right? Mm-hmm. This was like the midterm test. I think midterm. What's the test before the midterm? Anyway, just a chapter test that you have to pass. Like, all right, let's see if you learned the information, the curriculum, and see if you can pass this test. There are more tests ahead, but at this point, people are allowed to have their opinions, and I'm not mad at the opinion that they haven't beaten the Rams or the Niners yet.
Matt in Tacoma, are the Seahawks a Super Bowl team right now?
Yeah. Now, okay, first, real quick, Bump. I heard you referring to Danny as Danny Dimes again, and it seems like his paper money status has disappeared, and now we're just throwing change back out at him. But it's all good. It's all good. So, but now look, are they a contender? Well, we had one caller say, like, a pass protection is great. No, Sam Darnold is great. Man, he gets the ball out quick, like hot potato quick, like hot potato covered in spiders quick. Like, that's what the deal is. And then as for defense, we have a defensive tackle on our kickoff team, and we're doing good. So I think we're all right there, all right there. And everything else running, we'll get there, man. We just need a right guard. Passing, JSN, that's like Steve Largen's final form, like Pokemon style. So, yeah, we're Super Bowl contenders, man. We're good.
Thanks for the call, Matt. All really good points. I actually was going to save my question about Patrick's point about Pass Pro until the end, but I want to ask you about it now. And, Aaron, hang on. You're going to be our last caller. We're going to get to you in 1 sec, and you're going to help wrap this up. So Patrick said Pass Pro genuinely so much better this year. Maybe you don't need to be a great run team because you're better in Pass Pro than you are in run blocking, with Matt and Tacoma saying, I don't know, man, it kind of just feels like Sam Darnold is a big part of that. He's getting rid of the ball. He's making great decisions. I might lean more towards Patrick on this one, where I think Pass Pro has genuinely improved this year, but what do you see?
It definitely is.
Okay, that's my only point where I'm disagreeing with Matt, is I think Pass Pro is genuinely better this year. I think Patrick's right.
He's been sacked 9 times this year.
Yes, huge.
Now, you got to attribute a lot of that to the line, the play calling, the
Teams
threat of the run, all the above. 9 times that man has been sacked, though. Last year, Geno was the 3rd most sacked quarterback in the game. So it's never just one thing that improves a team or a part of that team. In this instance, we're talking about the Pass Pro. There are things that influence. Man, you watch the flow of these linebackers and how they have to react, and offensive linemen, and how Kubiak poses a threat of the run to create these angles. It all helps. But the line is doing a better job, too.
Time to throw for Sam Darnold is kind of middle of the road, roughly the same as Jared Goff this year. Quarterbacks with less time to throw include Dak Prescott, Bryce Young, Jaden Daniels, Baker Mayfield, Jordan Love, Drake May, Jackson Dart, Geno Smith, Tyrod Taylor, Josh Allen. Most time to throw, Aaron Rodgers, Mac Jones, Spencer Rattler, Kyler Murray, Patrick Mahomes, Matthew Stafford. Okay. Aaron, wrapping it up for us here in Seattle. Are the Seahawks a Super Bowl team right now?
Yes, I think they are. I think if you look at the landscape of the rest of the NFL, outside of the teams you guys named earlier, the 4 in each conference, right? Like, who's really scaring us like that, especially on the NFC side? I know we have some issues with the run game, but, the one game take all, the way this offense can get churning and get moving the ball in the air. And look at our defense, right? Like, the interior defense, Leonard Williams, Brian Murphy, Jaron Reed, those guys up front, if any good Super Bowl team with a good defense, especially with the guys up front, the way they're playing, it's going to wreak havoc, and it's going to give us, our offense, the ball back more opportunities. So, I think if the running game could pick it up and be a little more better than average, at some point, then we'll be even that more of a threat. But right now, as it currently sits, with the rest of the landscape and how the rest of the league looks, I think we are a Super Bowl contender.
Thanks for the call, Aaron. Great callers today. Bump, your final thoughts on the Seahawks being a Super Bowl team right now or not. Are they missing something? Are you loving most of what you're seeing?
I think we had some great callers with great perspectives, and I don't think the great thing about this, no one's wrong at this point. Nobody is wrong. Me personally, I want to see them continue to grow and beat better competition. Like I said, I think they've passed some chapter quizzes. We're waiting on the midterm in a couple weeks, which is against the Rams. Take care of the pop quiz Arizona Cardinals, and then we can talk after that. Where they stand today, because I think Matthew Stafford is clutch, because I think Philly has a pedigree, because I think the Lions will be okay. I think they're contenders for the conference. Talk to me in a couple more weeks. I might feel different about it, but I think they're moving in the right direction.
866-979-3776. Text in your questions as we wrap up the show today with What I Need to Know. Coming your way next.
That was a dominant victory yesterday. Yeah. Just phenomenal. Brock and Salk.
About as good a masterpiece on national television as you can ever watch.
Morning 6 to 10. I have no more ceiling on what this team is capable of.
You play your game. You play your style. that game, that style, it travels, it's dominant, and I don't see somebody you can't play with when I watch the NFL this year.
Brock and Salk, morning 6 to 10, only on Seattle Sports.
Have you considered surgery or even joint replacement? Hey, it's Dave Wyman, and before you make that decision, see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Why? Because he gives it to you straight. Dr. Wagner said my right knee needs replacement, and I appreciate his honesty and expertise. My left knee is fine right now, but the minute it isn't, I'm heading to Dr. Wagner for his expert opinion. I want to avoid another surgery, and I've heard so many patients rave about results from their 90-minute outpatient stem cell procedure with Dr. Wagner. He's a board-certified Seattle physician with over 30 years of experience and has performed more than 20,000 stem cell procedures using a person's own stem cells to regenerate cartilage in their own joints. People with severe osteoarthritis, even bone on bone, are back doing what they enjoy without pain and without surgery. Whether it's a shoulder, hip, elbow, ankle, wrist, or knee, before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first. Go to drmarkwagnermd.com.
Are you frustrated with those trendy weight loss shots and not getting the long-term results you really want? This is Dr. Ryan Coogan with Eastside Weight Loss, and whether you've hit a plateau, can't handle the side effects, or watch the pounds creep back after stopping, there's a better way. Our program has helped over 4,000 people lose up to 10 to 20% of their body weight in just 8 weeks without expensive injections or uncomfortable side effects. Our doctor-developed program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast. Ready for real lasting results? Visit eastsideweightlossclinic.com now to schedule your free consultation.
Did he just say Eastside Weight Loss Clinic is half the cost and works twice as fast as weight loss injections? It's true. Eastside Weight Loss Clinic is natural and it works. I was finding that my clothes didn't fit as well, so I jumped on the program. I lost 35 pounds in 60 days. It was very safe and a healthy plan.
Many clients lose 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two, and you can do our program remotely from anywhere you live. Schedule your free consultation at eastsideweightlossclinic.com. That's eastsideweightlossclinic.com.
Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
Old windows cost you money and security. Lake Washington Windows and Doors installs energy-efficient, high-security windows that lower your bills and increase protection. With leak armor installation and lifetime warranties, you're protected for life. Choose LakeWashingtonWindows.com today.
We are well into the rainy season, Seattle, but it's not too late to get your roof replaced. Schedule your free estimate at 3treeroofing.com and get $500 off your roofing project this winter. Our certified technicians build a custom plan for your home, ensuring a worry-free installation even in the winter months. Replace your roof now while material prices are low and lead times are short. Stop wasting your time on costly repairs and Band-Aid fixes. Visit 3treeroofing.com to schedule your free estimate today and secure your $500 discount. 3Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Hey, Brock Heward here. Taking the First Mark Insurance Challenge could save your family a lot of money. It saved us thousands. First Mark works for you. Searching the carriers for lower rates and better coverage. If that sounds smart, go to firstmarkinsurance.com.
Seattle Sports has your chance to win 4 tickets to the Seahawks game, Sunday, November 9th. Head to the Seattle Sports app, click the Win tab in the bottom right corner, and enter to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter through the Seattle Sports app, the better your odds. Do it every day, October 28th through November 3rd. Details and rules at seattlesports.com/win. From the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
This is the home of the Seahawks. Gonna let one fly deep. Got a man out there. Ball is caught down at the 10-yard line, and it's JSN Seattle Sports.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Ma, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotions. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotions, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. That's why they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $25 a month. And if you're a business owner, you could really save a fortune. Dial pound 250, say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
Matt Coker here with West Coast Men's Health.
In the past 5 years, we've seen thousands of men at our clinics. Most guys tell us the same story, that in their early 50s, it's not that they couldn't function, they just needed help. They started taking Viagra, and it worked great at first. But after a few years, it stopped working. The problem is that their arteries had become more restricted since they started taking it, because Viagra does not unclog arteries. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we use acoustic wave therapy to target the real problem. We break down plaque and clear up the arteries so blood can flow like it did in your 20s. This restores function. And guys, listen to this. You won't have to take a pill anymore. So if this sounds like you, give West Coast Men's Health a call today and see how we can help.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
What I need to know, get your questions in, 866-979-3776. Any hunches about the trade deadline? Tomorrow at 1 p.m.
None.
None?
Absolutely. I mean, linebacker, corner, O-line.
Okay, I don't know if this is actually an answer, but I think as people that work in sports, you always notice when, like, the tide turns on a narrative. We went from Seahawks are kind of quiet at the deadline to back-to-back reporters from two separate competing outlets saying the Seahawks are going to be busy. They have that news because either like an agent wants people to call about his player, or they're hearing from a team that they're making moves. Like they've reached out and asked, are you guys looking? And they were like, yeah. Or because a team wants to take calls, and so they're putting it out there. Like those come from something. Who knows what it is, but like my hunch is only that it is noteworthy that Jay Glazer and Adam Schefter have said within 24 hours of each other, the Seahawks are an aggressive team here. What I need to know, is it just me or did Reek have a fantastic game last night? And why does he have such highs and lows?
He did have a good game, minus the penalty, which I will repeat. Quick flag. Like, chill, man. Come on. We need Reek to make plays like that. And what was the second part of the question?
They just said, why does he have such highs and lows?
I don't know, man. I think mental battles, man, just being disciplined. You know, the best football players are just disciplined players, and sometimes he loses it. But when he's on point, he looks really good.
What I need to know, Bump, you mentioned chip variety packs. What are y'all's least favorite chip?
Pretzels.
That's not a chip.
It's a chip. Why is it coming in a bag?
It's
like
not a chip.
It's
Chip's
not
got
a
to be
chip.
deep fried.
No,
Why
it's
is it
not a
coming
chip.
back like a chip,
because
then?
they're ripping you off. That's not a chip. You need a different
My least
answer.
favorite chip? Jalapenos.
Jalapeno chips. Mine's,
What? Jalapeno Tim's Cascade are incredible.
They are incredible.
I'll eat them. There's
Well,
not,
all
there's
of
not
us will eat
most
these
chips that
chips.
I won't eat.
Yeah, exactly.
But just my least. I'm not going to the store, but like, give me those jalapenos.
Yeah. Those are unfortunately delicious, so that's just the wrong answer. Mine's sea salt and vinegar Lay's.
I'll rock with those.
Vinegar is a disgusting flavor, and I don't.
Feels like
Most
it cleanses my
Lay's
soul.
potato chips are just too thin.
Yeah,
It's
I do
like
agree with
too
that.
airy.
You know the feeling, the high you get when you pull a chip that's folded over? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the best thing that could happen to you, regardless of flavor. There's few things in the world that feel as good as reaching into a chip bag and pulling out a chip that's doubled over, especially if it's two chips folded over. You know what I'm saying?
What are you talking about?
A folded over chip?
Like when they combine, like a Siamese chip?
Yes, like a chip. You know when you pull out
when
a
it
chip, so imagine a
curls,
Lay's
yeah.
and it's curled over and it's folded
Oh,
over.
okay.
And now it's like doubled up and it's crunchy.
Okay.
That's the best thing that could happen to you in your life, I think.
Okay.
That and maybe finding a soulmate. Those are the two best things that could happen
Best
to
things.
you.
Or when you
Every
find
time
20
that happens,
bucks
you're
in
blessed.
your pocket.
Exactly, but imagine you found $20 in a chip bag. That's a folded over chip. What I need to know. Which out-of-division rivalry is better? The current Bills-Chiefs rivalry or Cowboys-49ers from the early 90s?
Cowboys Niners.
Yeah.
Because they at least both won titles.
Yeah. That's the right
Chiefs
answer.
Bills, regardless of last night, has been a little lopsided.
Bills haven't gotten it done.
No. I mean, in terms of like quarterback play, it's crazy to watch Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes in their prime go back and forth. That is very cool, but you're right. Like,
But think about those two teams, though. Steve Young, Aikman,
The
T.O.,
answer
Montana,
is you guys are right.
Montana,
the answer is
Irvin,
Cowboys 49ers
yeah.
early 90s, 1,000%.
Sure.
All-time players.
I would put Colts Patriots with Brady and Manning ahead of Chiefs Bills.
Yeah. I mean, if the Bills Chiefs Bills would be good if it felt like every other year we were watching these two in the AFC Championship game and they're vying, like the Bills go win one and then the Chiefs go win one. But if I told you the Bills and Chiefs are going to meet in the AFC Championship game, but I won't tell you who wins, you guys are all thinking it's the Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs.
Without fail. What I need to know. Speaking of championship games, let's say we make it to the NFC Championship. Would the Seahawks be more likely to win at home or away?
Away.
I think on the road.
My man's 11-1 as the head coach for the Seahawks away games. 11-1, 10 consecutive franchise record away.
Oh, the 425 said sour cream cheddar is disgusting, which unfortunately is one of my top.
I rock with those.
Yeah, sour cream cheddar Ruffles.
Mm-hmm. I rock with them.
I could eat 5 bags right now.
Easily.
What I need to know, would you rather see the Seahawks add at the deadline offensive line or defensive line depth?
Come on. You serious right now?
Oh, it's a question.
Offensive line. D-line is on point.
Or what if you could add even more depth?
Offensive line.
What I need to know, says another listener, what's a weird food thing you do? And then the listener says, for example, I like spreading mashed potatoes on garlic bread. That actually sounds pretty good.
That's not bad at all.
I don't know. I'd try it. I'd try it for sure.
I feel like it'd make the garlic bread a little wet, though.
No.
Eat it quickly.
How is it different from like Thanksgiving putting mashed potatoes and gravy on a dinner roll? Same concept.
Yeah.
You know?
A dinner roll is a little sturdier than garlic bread.
The bottom of the garlic bread.
I saw this recipe on IG, garlic bread, and then you indent it a bit with a spoon. I tried this, and then you put, obviously we do this as kids, but you put spaghetti on top of it instead of like folding it. Oh my God, it was delicious. So good.
Why don't they make spaghetti sandwiches? I feel like that's what every single person does when they eat spaghetti. Why don't they just sell, like, why doesn't Subway have a spaghetti sandwich?
I guess they think the meatball is close enough, but nah, you need those noodles.
Minus the most important feature, the spaghetti.
Spaghetti sandwich. Make it happen.
I don't do any weird food things.
I doubt that.
Your whole brand is weird food things.
No, that's wrong. My brand is being correct about sports and life, and also normal food things that you guys are all too afraid to admit are wrong. So
cool. Yeah.
Sure.
When I said spaghetti's a little overrated, everyone acted like that was the hottest, worst take on the planet, when there are like 5 pasta dishes every single one of us would rather have over spaghetti. Even Bump just admitted that spaghetti's better on a sandwich.
Said I liked it.
But do you think it's better on a
Put
sandwich?
words in my mouth, Stacy. Okay. It probably is though.
Thank you.
With beef in it though. So I'm not just like just noodles and sauce. Like I need some protein in it.
Okay. Let's see. 866-979-3776. Any Tim's chips are pretty elite. This person said, are you guys as excited for Huskies basketball? I'll throw in just for basketball season because Curtis Rogers, not a Husky, is decked out head to toe.
That's right. We got Florida
in Arizona gear.
Y'all watch out for these Cougs, man. They're going to win some games this year.
Cougs have one of the most international rosters I've ever seen.
And that's
They got guys from Finland, Iceland on it this year.
That's cool.
Hey, you know what? Take care of home first, Cougs. What are we doing? All right? Go get some Americans.
We mentioned earlier in the show, for anyone wanting, like, what's the latest on Ernest Jones? Mike Macdonald, I think, is scheduled to speak with reporters a bit later today. So stay tuned for Wyman and Bob in general, but to see if we get some updates there on Jones. That's coming your way next.
The Mike Macdonald Show, the morning after every Seahawks game at 9:30 with Brock and Salk.
After the game, you called it a great win. What made it a great win?
You know, our vision of all 3 phases playing together, playing complementary football. I love how our guys are preparing, our mentality going into the games. When we took the lead, like the guys weren't satisfied. You know, they wanted to keep stacking scores and plays, and I was just really pleased with our mentality throughout the whole game.
Get the podcast on the Seattle Sports app and seattlesports.com.
Let's talk about your hair. Well, maybe after we talk about my hair. I've got great hair, as you know, and it's because of Advanced Hair. Yep, Advanced Hair Restoration. Their simple one-day treatment offers life-changing results that I can attest to. Guys, it's not magic, but it's close to it. They put hair where you need it most, and bam, it grows. It's actual science. Advanced Hair has top-rated physicians, modern technology, and best of all, you get your very own natural hair that begins to regrow the very next day. It's even guaranteed to grow for life. So schedule your free consultation now at 425-449-8185. Mention Curly to qualify for $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. It's a limited time offer. Advanced Hair, the winner of the 425 Business of the Year, and the team that gave me my hair back. More importantly, they'll do the same for you, guaranteed. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
When you're at home and next to your windows, do you notice cold air or a draft when the wind blows? How about moisture or leaking during a rainstorm? Dave Wyman here, and after 20 years in our home, our window seals started breaking. A failed window can do major damage to your home, and the older the window, the more likely it is to fail. That's why right now is an excellent time to have Harley Exteriors come by for a no-charge consultation. That's exactly what I had done over the summer, and not only were they extremely knowledgeable about all things windows, I found them to be polite, professional, and respectful. In other words, people you want to do business with. Harley Exteriors has a special offer for Seattle sports fans. Buy 3 windows, get 1 free. No payments or interest until 2027. And take an additional $200 off your project. Call 833-HARLEY or go to harleyexteriors.com. Schedule your free consultation today. They'll give you an honest assessment and quote. Go to harleyexteriors.com.
When you switch to Progressive and bundle your home and auto, you could save hundreds, and that's a surprising amount of money.
Whoa, that's like farmer's market money.
That's like give me a gallon of that locally sourced raw honey money.
That's certified organic heirloom tomatoes in every imaginable color except red money.
That's let's get 2 pounds of pink oyster mushrooms money. I'm not even sure I like pink oyster mushrooms.
Guess it's time to find out, because you could save hundreds when you switch to Progressive and bundle. Then the world is your pink oyster mushroom. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Target's early Black Friday deals are almost here, and they're bigger than ever. Take 40% off select gifts and holiday decor for 3 days only, starting this Thursday. Score can't-miss deals on new fits for the whole fam, festive lights and decorations to brighten your home, and even top toys like select Lego sets for endless holiday fun. Shop in-store or online, but don't miss out. These deals are going fast. 40% off gifts and holiday decor starts Thursday, only at Target. Restrictions apply.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Progressive has great customer service, and it's easy to reach us because great and easy is the way to be. Like salads. Great for you, and so easy you can put any group of veggies in a bowl and it's a salad. A full carrot with a head of cabbage? Weird, but still a salad. 1 radish and a couple of green beans? Also a salad. 14 blueberries, half an onion, and a sunchoke? Odd, yes, but an odd salad. So contact Progressive's customer service by phone, app, or online. It's great and easy, just like salad.